fantastic, endless giving. How is this possible? How do we fly with wings made of hope, soaring the sky? Incredible magic, this life we're living. So fantastic, endless giving.
I never wanna hold you back. I wanna give you every chance to make it, to make it. I'm afraid if our love collides, you'll leave me alone tonight. Cause I'm changing and I'm breaking. This is so right, I'm scared to ask these questions. Cause I know that you'll reject my love. Moving slow on flows of deadly faces. I need a shoulder to cry on. Moving slow on flows of deadly faces. I need a shoulder to cry on. Moving slow on flows of deadly faces. I need a shoulder to cry on. Moving slow on flows of deadly faces. I need a shoulder to cry on. Moving slow on flows of deadly faces. I need a shoulder to cry on.
And the light don't hit the break. It got me feeling what I can't shake. Life moving fast, no mistake. You know how we ride through the quake. Time passing by, puffing smoke rings. Hoping for a relief that it brings. Going nuts, yeah, feels like strings. Pulling me crazy hard it seems. Feels a hot one still. Life all can't stand still. Head to the wall, learning skill. I'm on to right, climb that hill. Isn't my beats toxic to you? As if they can't see the harsh truth. Blame me for spilling the proof. Breakers band just for the groove. Plus you was a hard one still. Life is on, can't stand still. Head to the wall, learning skill. From wrong to right, climb that hill. Feels a hard one still. Life is on, can't stand still. Head to the wall, learning skill. in slow motion, shadows trace faces that remain a silent space. I need a refuge, a tender embrace, a shoulder to lean on, tears to erase. I'm evolving, unraveling, breaking through, yet afraid you'll slip away like morning dew. This feels so right, yet I hesitate. Questions unasked, love's fragile state. We move in slow motion, shadows trace faces that remain a silent space. I need a refuge, a tender embrace, a shoulder to lean on, tears to erase. Oh, 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 oh. We move in slow motion, shadows trace faces that remain a silent space. I need a refuge, a tender embrace, a shoulder to lean on, tears to erase. I'm evolving, unraveling, breaking through, yet afraid you'll slip away like morning dew. This feels so right, yet I hesitate. Questions unasked, love's fragile state. We move in slow motion, shadows trace faces that remain a silent space. We move in slow motion, shadows trace questions unasked, love's fragile state. We move in slow motion, shadows trace faces that remain a silent state. I need a refuge, a tender embrace, a shoulder to lean on, tears to erase. This feels so right, yet I hesitate. Questions unasked, love's fragile state. We move in slow motion, shadows trace faces that remain a silent state. Mystery in the air, anywhere the wind blows, magic everywhere, incredible magic. This life we're living, so fantastic, endless giving. Watch the stars above, feel the earth below, every heartbeat love, in the river's flow. How is this possible? How do we fly with wings made of hope? Soar in the sky. Incredible magic. This life we're living, so fantastic, endless giving. How is this possible? How do we fly with wings made of hope? Soar in the sky. Incredible magic. This life we're living, so fantastic, endless giving. Life is full of wonders, every moment new. From the sky to the thunder, it's a dream come true. In the night it glows, mystery in the air. Anywhere the wind blows, magic everywhere. Incredible magic. This life we're living, so fantastic, given. Watch the stars above, feel the earth below. Every heartbeat love, in the river's flow. How is this possible? How do we fly with wings made of hope? Soaring the sky, incredible magic. This life we're living, so fantastic, endless giving.
Gang, 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 gang. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this KABAM live stream? I'm ready. I got everything all set up over here. Hopefully y'all ready. Make sure y'all get y'all Twitch up. Hold up, I'll get the link for y'all. Make sure y'all get y'all Twitch up. Because there's going to be some drops today. They're going to be dropping some fire rewards, I guess, today. So let me get y'all a Twitch. As soon as I find it. No snow tide. My cool slip slide like Trick Daddy and Trina. Never stop until I'm pulling like 10 million a season. 814 visions that nobody believed in. If we not on the top, what y'all thinking? The city gets stronger when everybody is speaking, not when everybody out here beefing. We said 100 because that's how we keep it. Have they not went live yet? What's going on? Okay, I don't see nothing. Hold on, I'm looking. Let's search. KABAM. Okay. Okay, they filing in. Hold on. Let's get that out the way. Let's get this plugged in. No snow tide. My cool slip slide like Trick Daddy and Trina. Yo, what's up, Legendary? What's up, MCOC ICU? Angelo the Mangelo. Nor Alpha is in the building. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I'm here. Trip G is in the building. Big salute to everybody. And another big salute to MCOC ICU for being the first comment on today's live stream. Live stream number 1 of 2 today. We get in here, see what they talking about on the KABAM live stream. And then I'm going to chill out for a little bit and get ready for... I'm going to be playing Uncharted for the first time ever tomorrow, or tonight. Not tomorrow, tonight. So... maybe y'all can come through for that stream as well. If not, then I'll just catch y'all when I catch y'all. You get what I'm saying? But that's what I'll be doing for today. We got this stream right here. Watch party, reaction, whatever you want to call it. And then when this is done, I'm going to chill out for a little bit and then come back with the Uncharted live stream. Happy Friday to everybody. It is Friday, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, February 27th, 2026, man. I'm happy. Couple hours until C-Pup pull up from school to start his weekend. Well, he gotta get his homework done first. Once he get his homework done, we don't play that. Start your homework on Sunday night. We don't play that. No, get it done. Just while you still in that mode, let's get it all done and then enjoy whatever is left of your weekend. So he come in, get his homework for the weekend done on Friday, and then just chill. He chilling all the way until it's time to go back to school on Monday. The video download was canceled. Okay, they started. They up and running. They up and running. They up and running.
Live stream. I'm your host, KABAM Rex, aka Karate
Karate
Mike.
Mike.
Choose whichever one you want to go with there. And I am so excited to be sitting here with you for a very, very large.
Okay, back. Can y'all hear that? Should I turn it up?
Very important features to talk about.
Can y'all hear Mike?
I don't know if you guys know this, but we have a very, very important edition coming to Marvel Contest of Champions next month called 7-Star Ascension. And I know you guys have been just waiting for some info on this. Well, there's been some info, but you wanted even more info on this. And we're gonna lay out the entire thing today. We have some fantastic guests and a packed and loaded show waiting for you guys. So we're gonna get into it today, but before we
It's supposed to be a promo code today, I heard.
Here on the official live stream, what is that rule, Finn? Roll the clip. All you gotta do is just
Be nice. Everybody love everybody.
I'll deal with all of you today, okay? If you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you, and I'll also give you some.
And if you're not nice to me, I'm not gonna be nice to you, bro. Forget that.
Ready for you guys. It's gonna be nice and exciting to earn.
Oh, you know
some
what?
words while you're watching the show.
I'm
So,
tripping.
let's start getting into it today. We are live on Twitch and also on YouTube, and we cannot wait to be here with all of you. So we do have some announcements today for the February 27th live stream. That Tooth and Claw saga, it's almost done. The February events, they are ending.
I gotta turn off
soon, so make sure you
monetizations
jump
for
in
this.
there and get through all the content you want to get through. 7-Star Ascension's launching soon as well. Lots to cover there today. We have 2 guests talking about that today. Last call for that 7-Star Kitty Pryde double track and a new Stellar Forge championship.
Can y'all hear Karate Mike?
Starting soon. Stay tuned. We'll find out all about that today as well. We also have 10 champion tune-ups launching next month. You already know what they are, but we'll talk about those a little bit more later on. Now, everyone at home, I want you to buckle up because this is a really, really large stream. There are over 110 slides for this stream, so make sure you count along with
Oh my
me as
God.
we go
It's
through
gonna
it.
be a long
Have
one.
a fun time. If you're discovering Marvel Contest of Champions for the first time, watching on Twitch or on YouTube, thank you for joining us. Why don't you download the game and play along with us? We'll all have a good time. If you've been here every single stream, welcome back. We love having you. All right, so Twitch drops. If you haven't linked up your account to your Twitch drops yet, make sure you do that. Go on into the settings and make sure you connect. Hit that Twitch connection button right there so you can earn some rewards simply by watching this live stream. We also have some giveaways. You all know about our giveaways by now. You got to go to playcontestofchampions.com/stream giveaway for your chance to win 1 of 5 Titan crystals and 1 of 5 7-Star champion choice selectors between the new champions for March, Pixie and Madeline Pryor. Really excited to talk about those champions later today. By the way, they are both absolute bangers. So, with all that being said, I think it's time to start getting into the show here. So, it is the last month of the Tooth and Claw saga.
I'm trying to, hold on.
Look at that beautiful, beautiful artwork. Beautiful screen cap here from the motion comic for Tooth and Claw, directed by our very own KABAM, Vincent, doing just such a phenomenal job with the story around the battle realm in the contest. There he is. Say hi, give a wave, buddy. There he is. A beautiful screen cap here from the motion comic for Tooth and Claw, directed by our very own KABAM, Vincent, doing just such a phenomenal job with the story around the battle realm in the contest. There he is. Say hi, give a wave, buddy. There he is. A beautiful screen cap here from
All right, they go to the link to the Twitch right there.
Look at that beautiful face. Look at all those. We've seen Central Park be complete.
Hold on, I'm trying to, cause I don't see the. I don't see the Joan. So let me refresh this. There we go. Okay, we collecting. We collecting. We collecting. All right.
Addition to your roster, so make sure you complete that daily super event every single day so you can add that slimy little guy to your crew of mutant champions. One little pro tip for you guys as well. You're probably about like a little more than halfway through. We have a larger month coming up next month with a lot of daily super events, so you're probably a little bit more than halfway through for Toad. Once you get that 7-star Toad, keep in mind he is going to be in the 7-star Ascension base pool, so you might want to consider saving a Mutant Awakening gem. If you have one of those, use it on somebody else. Let's see if you can dupe him naturally. On the other side, if you already have 7-star Toad, or if you get him from the 7-star Ascension pool before you get this, same thing with the Awakening gem there. Just keep that in mind. You have that opportunity there. Kitty Pryde, speaking of mutants, speaking of 7-star mutants, that double track for Kitty Pryde, that's ending soon. So you got about 1 more month to pick up 7-star Kitty, and if you're interested in 6-star Kitty or 5-star Kitty, she'll be in the arena in the middle of March, along with those Valiant crystals as well. Crystals in arena in the middle of March for Kitty Pryde. All right, let's talk a little bit about some side quests that are ending soon. On March 4th, first appearance, 7-star gold pool. Make sure you jump in.
I'll be right back. I'm about to go see if I can hear Karate Mike.
Did anybody in the chat get that 7-star gold pool? I got a 7-star gold pool. I was pretty excited about it. Actually took him up to rank 3. Kind of regret it, not gonna lie. Trophy champion, fun to have, never gonna use him. But great synergy with Nick Fury, by the way. So that's really cool, and he's cool to have, so that's really fun. So yeah, I got a few more days left to that one. This one is still going on as well. The AQ Rampant Evolution, our new AQ format, is live now. So this one has been receiving rave reviews all around the contest. I love to see it. I love to see that you guys are enjoying AQ. That's super fun to me. There's been some very interesting feedback towards this. I've seen weird feedback, like I wish the defenders had more help. I wish there were more fights. I wish there was more paths, because I didn't want to be backup, and I'm backup in my alliance. Great refreshing feedback to see for AQ, so it's great to see you guys are enjoying this one. I spoke to the designer the other day. I said I think he did a fantastic job. People are loving it. He was working really hard on this for a very long time, so super proud to see this go through the door, and I love seeing you guys enjoy this. It's been really fun to go through it. I went through with Gladiator, of course, and I used the unstoppable and unblockable buff duration increase, and he was unstoppable and unblockable the entire time. It was a lot of fun. So if you haven't done this yet and your alliance has this up right now and there's a couple paths left, jump in, try it out. This will, of course, be coming back. I'm really excited to see how we can iterate on this new AQ event in the future. I think there's a lot of potential here for a lot of stuff we could do. So that's really exciting. Speaking of AQ events, we also have another Alliance Coliseum coming in March. Now, I do know that the previous one with Arcade was a little bit more on the difficult side. We definitely saw that feedback. So
I'm just checking the audio.
This one should definitely not be on that same difficulty with Miss Kate Bishop here being the boss. So this one is going to go live on March 16th. Lasting until March 19th. Now we're trying something a little bit different here, where the first 2 or 3 Alliance Coliseums, we did not let you know the champion tags ahead of time, right? We're gonna try outlining these ahead of time and see what that does when it comes to any podium friction, right? Because hey, let's say I used Zemo on day 1, right? He has only 1 tag, and I have a pretty darn good score. But then on day 2, he's got 2 tags. That doesn't feel super good, right? I would have wanted to use him on day 2. So we're gonna see if we can maybe ease some of that friction here. So let's see, so on day 1, what do we got here? Let's get that slide back up. We got Ex Magica, nice little throwback there, Small Champions, and Offensive Burst. For day 2, Provocateur, Medium, and Offensive Damage over time. And then on day 3, Magic Thief, Genesis, and Offensive Raw Damage. One more thing as well with the Alliance Coliseum, we're also tossing some raid tickets in there for the Alliance milestones in March, because we did notice there was a little bit of a hole when we moved from AQ to Alliance Coliseum when it comes to those raid tickets. So this should all be back to how it was starting in March. For Solo Coliseum, by the way, the Solo Coliseum is continuing on.
Oh, yeah, that's good enough for me.
For a few more days, by the way, so you have until March 4th
That's
to
good
get
enough
in
for me.
there and beat up the Destroyer, to beat up, who are the other ones? We had Void, we had Havoc, and we also had Crossbones, so you can get some pretty sweet rewards, man. The rewards in Solo Coliseum are absolutely insane. From top to bottom, there's 1.5 Tier 5 Alpha. There's Titan Nexus crystals up top. You gotta get in there. Even if you aren't at a tippy top progression, there's gonna be stuff in there that's gonna help you progress your account. So push through the Coliseum, keep playing it, keep trying it. It's gonna be a fun time. Solo Coliseum is absolutely going to return for round 2 in April. It's gonna take a little bit of a nap in March. We got a lot of stuff going on in March, all right? So a little bit of a break between round 1 and round 2, but no worries, it is absolutely coming back. One thing with the rewards for Coliseum, we've seen a lot of summoners get their first rank 5s around the community. I've really enjoyed seeing a lot of fun rank 5s.
I got my first rank 5.
I gotta give a very special shout out to my favorite one that I've seen, Mr. Killstreak13 here, rocking that veteran title as well for absolutely committing to the bit harder than I've ever seen anyone commit in my entire life. He has a 7-star rank 5 trophy champion Thanos at rank 5 as a 7-star. He's also the leader of the Alliance, 30 thrones to Thanos, rocking that double Thanos profile picture as well. I want to emphasize, by the way, this is old Thanos, not Deathless Thanos. So that is a really fun rank up. I'm seeing somebody in chat saying, rate my rank up, Werewolf by Night. I think that is a really cool rank 5, actually. It's a really, really cool one. Someone's saying I saw a 7-star gold pool rank 5. Yes, I also saw that one as well. That one was also very, very fun. But with all that being said,
did you see my Deathless Thanos rank 5 karate mic?
Very soon. All right, a lot of content last month. Guess what? There's even more content coming up this month. One of those being the Alliance War Encounter Showcase. We love these, right? This is coming back alongside the Saga Champion Showcase. Big important note here. This is starting on Thursday, March 5th, not Wednesday, March 4th like it normally would. So just keep that in mind. If you log in to do it on Wednesday, it won't be there. It'll be there 24 hours later. So, of course, this one's going to be highlights of the previous saga, like always, the Founders War Saga, and huge shout out to KABAM Neuro, who puts these together. He was on our stream last month talking about Ascension stuff, and he does a fantastic job with these. The trigger volume stuff that we do with like the cubes and everything, very, very fun.
Who was it that leaked that code last stream? That's what we want to know, cover him. That's what we want to know, Karate Mike.
So anyway,
who leaked the winner of the Summoner's Choice?
You'll notice that the tier 7
who hit that? Who pressed that button?
Right? We have Titan Shards, Refined XP, we got some Sig Stones. Between Alliance War Encounter Showcase and both of the Saga Showcases, there's one full tier 7 basic in there, which is really nice, really nice. There's also 15% of tier 5 alpha fragments. That's about 9,000, give or take, a little bit more than that. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Speaking of that Saga Champion Showcase, this one's going to be focusing on Science and Mutant Paths, where you want to use 4 Barons champions. Go on in. We got those player beneficial notes, those trigger volumes, lots of fun stuff in this quest. Jump in and try it out if you haven't. Really fun stuff. If you do both of those, you get a lot of rewards, man, including Class 6 Stones, 7-star shards, tier 7 basic fragments that go into that one full catalyst, and 20 empowered grace crystals. What could those be? Wonder if we're going to talk about those later on in the stream. We are. We absolutely are. All right. Talking about Saga content, we also have Tooth and Claw incursions coming up. This is going live on March 11th, the following week. For this one, you're going to use Saga Champs to push through 15 zones. That might come as a huge surprise to all of you who wait for Saga incursions every Saga. But this one's focusing on skill and cosmic champions, and of course, new boss hacks are going to come in to kind of work better with the Saga champions. Older ones will be going out. Now, one big important announcement here regarding incursions is that with this run, actually a little bit before, regular incursions are not going to return. This is for a few reasons. first of all, we're going to be using that time to, instead of building the regular runs, making sure they're going, fixing them when they don't work properly if they happen to break, which happens with regular incursions quite a bit. Instead of using that time on regular incursions, we want to put more effort into special event formats like glitch incursions, the symbiote incursions, to kind of just make incursions feel like a special
Glitch incursions feel like it actually really glitched the game, man.
So we have a forum post going
The game
live,
was
likely
running
next week
so
or outlining this change,
laggy
how this is going to
when
work with
glitch
rewards,
incursions
all that
was
kind
here.
of stuff. Spoiler alert on the rewards, it's actually kind of beneficial, right, at the end of the day. So since we're going to be a lot more concentrated into the Saga incursion instead of having the regular ones running all the time, we're getting a nice little reward boost for the Saga incursion. So we have the old ones here next to the new ones here. And as you can see, there are some big improvements. First of all, the shards are doubled, 7-star and Titan shards. So you get a full 7-star for doing these 15 paths now. You also get 7,500 Titan shards. Your tier 7 basic fragments has been multiplied by 5. You're getting a lot more tier 4 alpha. You're now getting 47-star Saga 6 stones as opposed to 15.
No tier 5 alpha in there.
And, for a while, it's been 7-star 1 to 2 generic gems, right? Now, if you're a Valiant player, you can get a rank 3 gem here. That's a big improvement. So you're going to have a 1 to 2 Saga. You can get a 2 to 3 Saga as well. There's also going to be 30 empowered crystals for going through 15 zones. What are those? We're going to find out. There's also class ascension tokens in there as well. So big reward boost, honestly, to Saga incursions. Really nice.
What
really,
they got?
really nice stuff,
Crystals with
honestly.
Jean Grey in it.
These are always fun, and I'm pretty excited about what we want to do with incursions in the future as well. I feel like
Onslaught.
take incursions, do a fun little event with them. I feel like the team just really cooks up a nice meal with those. Glitch incursions was super fun. Symbiote incursions was an absolute blast. So putting more time and effort into those sort of events as opposed to the upkeep, of regular incursions, which are a bit outdated at this point, I think it's going to be beneficial for the mode as a whole in the future as we iterate on it. Speaking of things that are going away,
what he means is they looked at the numbers and they seen
emotional about because I always
ain't nobody doing the regular incursions no more.
These
really,
are going to be deprecated from the game on April 8th. These are the variants number 1 through 8. This is probably not going to be relevant to 99% of the people watching this right now. They're like, oh yeah, I did that quest 5 years ago, right? But just a little heads up that if you do want to complete these before they're gone, you have about 40 days to go through and play. The rewards in there are not going to be super relevant to your account unless you're progressing through. If you are still, middle progression, there might be some rank 5.
Even if you progressing through, I don't even know. Maybe.
But there's a few reasons why we're removing this. For starters, it's just going to reduce some bloat in the game, which is going to be beneficial, all the way around. And also, they're just very outdated, right? And it's also going to just refocus certain resources and other aspects of the game. You wouldn't think that certain resources have to go towards back issues, which haven't been touched for years, right? But they do. When we update a champion, for example, we have to go in, update back issues, make sure everything is all cleaned up there, and we can be using that time for much more important things, much more relevant to the player bases as well, right? So it is possible that we see different versions of this sort of content in the future. I would definitely love to see some more stuff like this, but right now, the current ones, they're outdated, and they also are starting to disrupt the core progression experience for newer players as well, because that's how outdated the rewards and the content are. So we'll have to see where we go with that in the future.
Makes sense.
You got 40 days if you want to complete those for some fun. All right. Speaking of some side events for March, we have Gwenpool's Gal Pal Guidebook launching on March 11th, and this one is to celebrate International Women's Day.
Well,
so
who they get
this is a
time?
really fun one because Gwenpool simply just wants to show off how strong and cool all her friends are, which I think is great. All right. So this is going to be celebrating we're going to be collaborating with our female community members in Marvel Contest of Champions Battle Realm. So the way this is going to be worked is that summoners are granted a 2-star version of female champions that they chose, and we're going to have some quests tailored specifically to highlight those champions. You're going to enter the quest, you're going to do the fights, and then you're going to get the rewards. Now, this is also really fun as well. I actually found this out yesterday, that Gwenpool will be teaching you how to use the champions in the dialogue, which I think is really fun. So make sure you read through the dialogue on this one. I'm excited to see what she says and how she guides you through it. I think that's really fun, really cool stuff. complete milestones for special titles and rewards as well, including some beautiful profile pictures celebrating the women of the contest. So huge shout out to all of the lovely ladies who
Collecting my Twitch drops.
Wonderful place to live in. And earn these profile pictures that are designed by the art team, and we collaborated with our women content creators and also some women on our staff as well. And the art team, as always, say it with me, chat, they don't miss, because look at these beautiful, beautiful profile pictures. And if you complete...
Oops.
They're all really, really cool. I don't even know which one my favorite is. The Yelena one catches my eye. I like that one a lot, but they're all beautiful. They're all absolutely fantastic. Really, really great stuff. Look at that. Look at that. All right. All right. Talking about some other stuff going on as well. So when it comes to Battlegrounds, right, we feel like the formats for Battlegrounds have been a little stale for a little while now. So we're going to be experimenting with some new formats over the next coming seasons. Now the first one for season 36, this went live with the current preseason. By the way, my bad for not letting you guys know that on the last live stream. That's on me. Should have totally told you about that ahead of time. Slipped right off my radar, so apologies on that one. But for season 36, we are experimenting with an update to the deck size and the amount of bands. So if you don't know, there's 40 champions in your deck right now, and also 5 bans. There's also going to be an increased number of rerolls per match. So that format update is live for the next 2.5 to 3 weeks, give or take. I forget when exactly Battleground Season 36 ends, but this one's live until the end of this season. Then we're rolling back to 30 and 3. For Season 37, for pre-season only here, we're going to be trying out a new node called Saga Control. And what we want to do with this is see if we can kind of shape the meta on defense utilizing nodes, right? So how this is going to work, essentially, all non-Saga champions on defense only take 5% of their health per second as direct damage, right? So basically how this works is, like, let's say if you put Enchantress on defense, if she's not a Saga champion, she's going to die. You can still use her on attack, right? So if you have someone who's more of a double threat, like let's say Onslaught, for example, right? You put Onslaught on defense, he will die. However, you can still finish the fight in 5 seconds with Onslaught on attack, right? So we want to see what this does when it comes to the meta. We're going to run this in the preseason. We really, really want to hear feedback on this after it goes live. I do ask that, you know, jump
That's
in
a
there,
lot, though, to be, man, I don't know, for someone like me.
Hands-on experience here. To actually give
getting used to a node that is not going to be
might toss it into the gladiator circuit
for the circuit. Is it going to be free to do it?
Then we won't. But that's why we're testing things out. When it comes to season 38, we're going to be going with an experimental format for this season only as well. What we're going to be doing here is we're not going to be giving points for attacker health remaining. There's a few reasons why we're trying this one. We're just, again, experimenting with the mode. It's been stale for a very, very long time, right? So we're going to be trying that out. Experimenting might be, you know, a bad word, right? For example, because it's not so much an experiment. We're updating the format.
He calling stuff stale. I don't know. I don't remember hearing.
Back in the future, right?
But you know, I'll be removed.
Day, this is going to be.
I do be removed. I don't remember hearing stale.
Towards the
maybe though.
Fights, right? So those Battlegrounds nukes are probably going to have a lot more value in season 38. There are some nodes to accompany this as well, but there's it's like some biohazard, hazard shift type of metas, right? So it should open up the attacker pool as well. Again, let us know what you think. Always interested to read all that constructive criticism there. All right, speaking of things that are coming very, very soon, launching on March 9th, we finally have Essentia coming to the game. So this is the consolidation of engagement-based currencies. We've been talking about this one for a very, very long time, since Radiance launched about 11 months ago, give or take. We said if Radiance goes well, we want to do the same thing with our engagement-based currencies too. Well, Radiance went pretty well, I would say, right? Everyone seems to love Radiance. Radiance is great. So now we're doing this with our new currency called Essentia. So at launch, this is going to take glory, Battlegrounds tokens, and artifacts. They're going to be combined into Essentia. Now don't worry, we're not going to take your stuff and just auto-convert it. What we're going to do here is we're going to put up a little trade-in bundle in the store to exchange old currency. If you have a lot of old currency, a lot of glory, battlegrounds, tokens, artifacts, all that stuff, right? You can then trade it in for Essentia. Essentia has a cap of 100,000. It is a fixed cap. It's not unlimited, of course, right? So that seems low, right? But of course, it's all relative at the end of the day. It could be 600,000, and then things would be more expensive. It's all tuned, accordingly there. The way this is going to work is that we want it to have a similar purchase power to existing currencies, to that AQ Glory Store, to the Battleground Store, to all of that, right? However, at the same time, this is an update, right? So we feel like engaged players, they're going to earn more Essentia, more of these resources than they currently can, and also buy more valuable resources as a whole. And this is very important, unlike Radiance, unlike the Glory Store, there's no cost curve as you continue to purchase more things from the Essentia Store. So if you buy, some Tier 2 Alpha is a very bad example. If you buy some Tier 7 Basic fragments, right, for however much Essentia the first bundle is, the second bundle is going to be the same cost, okay? So yeah, we have a dev diary out on all things Essentia that went live last week. Go check it out if you would like, but that's going live March 9th, and we're pretty excited for it. With that, we're also going to do a pretty large overhaul to the Mysterium store, and it's actually going to get less valuable as a whole. Intentional, right? Because what we want to do here is we want there to be less important things that you have to track all the time. So right now, the way Mysterium works is you do your side quest, you get your Mysterium, then you go to the store and you trade it in for all these bundles. So that's a little convoluted at the end of the day. What we're going to do here is we're going to take those rewards that's currently in the Mysterium store, we're going to take them and push them into the side quest. So now you just kind of get them from the side quest rewards, so you don't have to go through the extra step. At the same time, we're not going to just delete the store entirely in the currency.
The hell it used to be?
We're going to use that as a home for legacy items for lower rarity champions. That way we can keep the Radiant store and the Essentia store more so geared towards premium items.
Being the quest, they're just putting it back.
But if you're a collector and you like to rank up your lower tier champions, there's going to be a store where you can go in and get those items. At the same time, this is where like Saga Champion, Chase Champion bundles are going to live as well. So that's why Mysterium is still going to stay. But at the end of the day, if you're looking for where are my valuable resources, you're going to have engagement currency and competitive currency. And Radiant and Essentia are going to be at the top there, with Radiant still being a bit more premium, right? This full swap is happening in April. However, the old and new store will be present in March.
It's not dropping any frames, so this must be on the Twitch side of things.
April as well. So we said that Radiant should be a little bit more premium than Essentia.
Yeah, no frames dropping for me.
So that means it's time for an update. So March 11th, 2 days later, we're also updating the Mysterium store as well. So this is gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice, right? Some new items in there, reduced prices on many top items too. Some examples, Tier 7 Basic Catalyst, for example, is going to be dropping from 100,000 down to 80,000 Radiance, which is nice. 6 Stones dropping down by a bit as well. If you buy all of those, that's going to be a nice reduction in the cost. Tier 6 Glass Catalyst, we're actually doubling the amount of catalyst that you get and also reducing the price. So if you had some trouble with Tier 6 Glass Catalyst around like Banquet Time, for example, we saw that a lot. That's double as much. Double as much. New items as well, Tier 5 Alpha Catalyst fragments, not too much Tier 5 Alpha in there, about 6,300 fragments per cycle. Those are still super new, super rare.
They took 20K off of Tier 7 Basics.
Materials as well. 40 innate stones, and also the first time you can get those Tier 2 Celestial Alloy fragments from a store. You can get them in Coliseum and they were in Banquet and everything, but now they're going to live in the Radiant store as well. Also, Limbo tokens. Starting on March 11th, there's going to be some Limbo tokens in the Radiant store, which is super duper exciting. Also, I don't know if you guys know this, but Thor Ragnarok, he was the winner. And we have a very, very special guest here to talk about Thor Ragnarok and also all things happening with Twitch drops as well. Welcome back to the live stream. One of my best friends.
Yo, what's up, also? OS?
Dork, also known as Dorky Diggity Dave. What is going on, my friend?
Thank you. It's been quite a long time since I've been back, and we're going to talk about the Thor Ragnarok that you're going to get. We talked about that at Summoners Fest. We talked about it again at a previous live stream because I don't remember when I came here last. And we're going to talk about, it's been a few months. It's been a few months. It's all right. I've been hard at work for the massive amounts of people that were asking where I've been. Just kidding. I'm just here to talk about the Twitch drops that are up and coming. So let's go ahead and toss that up because I know we've got a lot of stuff to talk about here coming soon.
Really quick clarification. Thor Ragnarok is not coming next month, right? Twitch drops. New Twitch drops are coming next month. Yeah. Just want to say.
But he does drop the hammer.
He does.
Don't say that.
That's right.
But he doesn't. He's not going to have one this time.
Definitely don't say that.
It's a different one. I don't know. It's a different thing.
Let's talk about those Twitch drops.
Anyway, all right. Let's go ahead. Let's toss that up on the screen. And so the Twitch drops. I've been working with the team on this. It's been a long time coming. There's a lot of stuff that you got to put together to make this happen. But we are going to completely overhaul. It's a new schedule, updated rewards, and everything. You've already kind of gotten a piece of how we've been doing this over the last few months. We've been experimenting with a lot of different formats. The one thing that I know you all loved so much was 12 hours straight of Twitch drops, but I'm sorry I'm taking that away because I like taking things away that people like. Okay, just kidding. All right, so moving on, we're gonna have a new chase item called Observance. Have you ever felt like somebody was watching you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have, actually.
Yeah, it's a musical experience. Anyway, yeah, so good. So good. It rocks. Well, all right. I'm sorry, he's just staring at me. All right, so it's going to be, it's still, huh? All right, we're going to flip the mic. You know what? I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to do.
That works.
I am going to do straight up influencer style here.
Oh, he getting murder move.
All right,
he getting murder move.
Sorry. Okay, we have Observance. Observance is going to be a new chase item.
Yeah, he just holding his jump like Murder Mook versus Tay-Rock.
Thor Ragnarok. You're going to earn that through drop milestones throughout each month, right? So just like you do with our Twitch drops, this is just going to be another item that you can collect.
Hitman versus
go into
Hitman.
A store and pick up your Thor Ragnarok. But not only that, once you've gotten it once, you can get them multiple times in the year if you want. But I think you're going to want the Ascension a little bit more, and that's going to be available after your first claim. And then we've got the final tuning going on right now. We're just kind of like finalizing some things in terms of rewards and how they work. One big thing here, though, is that they're going to be gated rewards. So you're going to want to make sure that you are progressing as much as possible. That's right, I'm looking right in the camera. You go ahead and you make that progression happen. You do that, because we have some more things to talk about on that later on as well. Now this streams right now. This streams. Well, you know what? It is kind of streams because there's going to be others after this, but not ours. Yeah, it's open to all streamers right now. MCOC content creators, streamers, regular streamers. It's all open right now. You'll notice that there's additional rewards here. We just want to give you guys a little bit of a taste of kind of the things that we're trying to do here. But by the end of the whole track, for a total of about 3 hours, I believe, you're gonna get 2 7-stars. So that's pretty nuts right there. So
that's for today, right?
That's for today.
Did that make it in? We made it in with the all the 7-star stars?
I would hope so, because I definitely tried. I think we did.
We did.
Yeah. I think we're all good.
There was a time yesterday where we maybe had to pivot.
Yeah, we are
fantastic.
all good. We are all good. This is not babbling nonsense. This is letting you know that you have rewards and how all of this stuff is going to work moving forward. So if that is babble, then I will babble on continuously. I'm sorry. You know, I can't help it. Okay, now. Additional Twitch drops are going to be open for the rest of the month, so it's going to kind of follow this new structure that we did over the last month. So we're going to open them up week by week, so you'll be able to go and watch your favorite content creators, watch new content creators, discover new content creators, all that good stuff. It's going to be amazing. So watch for announcements on additional rewards after this first track. As a reminder, after this live stream, even if you don't get all the rewards, you can just go watch anybody to finish up the track, right? So you don't have to watch this entire thing to completion in order to get to the last milestone. Watch anybody after the stream. Okay, moving on.
Anybody on Twitch?
All right, so we're gonna have
I'm still working on making my way over to Twitch.
There's the new saga. So like today is the end of this.
Yeah.
The month.
Of course.
We're gonna start a new saga.
Of course. We on that Friday
soon in April, and that's
you
going
work
to be
tonight?
a new
if you
track.
working, bro,
we're going to
you know what I mean?
this. After that,
we
we're gonna have
definitely
standard
got
month,
you
like
tonight.
this month is to the current
you need something to watch or listen to get
two
you
different tracks.
through
You
your
have to wait
shit.
to see what standard months look like.
I'll be
no more
live
12-hour
for
drops,
sure.
but they're going to be split into 4 weeks, like I mentioned. and the official live stream exclusive drops for
My
live
fault. Let me get back
viewers.
over.
Now, right now, all of you people right now, we're about, 20K, 18 to 20K right now. All of you made time to come 24K.
Yeah,
How about that?
24K.
That's,
Not too
it almost
bad.
sounds like it should be a carrot in the air
Oh my God.
somewhere. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Okay, so you guys are all here watching this live. We appreciate it. We love it. And we want to reward you because you make time every single month to be here live and interact with us. So there's going to be exclusive Twitch drops for all live viewers moving forward. And if you show up, that's fantastic. But fear not, if you can't make it, we're still going to have the week 1 Twitch drops that activate immediately after the live stream. So there's going to be plenty of stuff there for you. But we just wanted to add a little bit extra for live viewers. Thank you very, very much. So weeks 1 and 3 of the month are going to be open to all content creators, whether you are in the content creator program or you're just wanting to get into the content creator program or you just like streaming MCOC on your own. So there's going to be something for you. On weeks 2 and 4,
on Twitch.
they're going to be our content creator program exclusive drops. So come and discover our content creators, see what they're all about, and we've got a pretty great track there for them. And so go ahead and support your favorite CCP content creator for Marvel Contest of Champions. All right. Now, some featured rewards. Again, these will be tuned to progression. You're definitely going to get observance. Which is I like that.
That's a nice
It's
name.
growing on me now,
Oh,
right?
yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
It's
that's good stuff. All right, 7-star rank up gems and sig stones are going to be available. Exalted crystals and other crystals, lots of stuff in there. Awakening gem crystal shards and empowered crystals. What was that again?
7-star
about to
rank
find
1
out.
to 2 gems.
Empowered crystals are in there, and
I'm sure not a lot though. So I
yeah.
feel like
Oh, okay,
it's gonna be
bad.
decent
Oh
amount across the
yeah.
content.
Also, how your fingers feeling
I'm so
today?
glad that they're in there. That was like
Now that all of the adrenaline and stuff done
really?
wore off, and you probably got a little bit of
And that is
sleep.
all I have for
What it feel
the
like
future of
today?
Twitch drops. It was
Super
fantastic
stiff?
to be here
Dude,
and
we love
talk with
having
you.
you here, man. You know, Dave Works does a lot of work for all you guys behind the scenes, nonstop. You know, I mean, I work with Dave every day. We work all hours of the day, way too much, both of
Yeah,
us,
it's a little
honestly,
much.
if we're being entirely honest.
It's a little much.
But he does a lot. He does so much for you guys behind the scenes, and you know we always got your best interest here, and we're always looking out for you guys. We love you guys at the end of the day. You know, we've both been in this community for a very long time. We don't plan to be out of this community for as long as it exists.
I hope not.
I hope not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Karate Mike did
just
some
always
W shit
send
though.
our love right to you guys. And yeah, it's always
Probably
great
like a
having you back
week
in the studio.
ago.
Yep, and just a reminder, exclusive Twitch drops for live viewers. So plenty notice for next month. For April, it's going to be starting there. So if you like watching us
What he
live,
did
you're
with
watching us on a
for Lord
replay,
Shadow,
you wanna get
what
some of those
Karate Mike did
rewards,
for Lord Shadow,
jump on in. There's going to be
that was some
observance in
W.
there.
That was W shit right there.
Just kind of throwing that out there, and we'll see you guys live on the next one. At least I will, or I'll be watching.
You'll be watching.
I'll
you
be
won't
watching
be here for the next one.
Yeah. Then you won't have to wonder why. Why does it feel like it?
Yeah.
That's fine. It's all right. It's all good.
Anyway,
I like that song.
Yeah. Thank you so much to KABAM Dork for joining us and breaking down all the upcoming Twitch drops that he's been working so very hard to make possible for all you guys. I'm very excited for that. Speaking of one thing that I'm also very excited for before you go, Dave, let me know, are you excited for the launch of 7-Star Ascension?
Oh, absolutely. I like how you said, like, for Mysterium, you're like, yeah, if you're a collector of sorts, yeah, that's an interesting word that you used, collector.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just, since we're all here as part of the whole collective of this room, I'm just saying it's kind of cool.
Oh, what's going on?
That's right. Anyway, point is, 7-Star Ascension is launching
Nothing?
very
Okay.
soon, and we're going to learn all about that today, and we have actually 2 guests for Ascension. But before we do that, we have a little video we're going to watch breaking down the entire thing, then we're going to break it down step by step.
Okay,
so don't be
bad.
worried. Let's
Also,
start getting into it.
What is going
can't go
on,
wrong with that
Summers?
IBU.
In case you haven't heard, Ascension's back, but this time it's bigger and better than ever. Today, we're diving deep into 7-Star Ascension. Unlike lower rarities, 7-Star Ascension does more than simply increase your attack and health. It also increases your challenge rating, prestige, and unlocks a new gameplay mechanic called ISO Burst. All of this increasing your champion's power even further. ISO Burst is pretty simple. Throughout the fight, your might bar will increase on its own. and once it reaches the maximum threshold, Isoburst will activate automatically, giving your champions a burst of extra attack. Well, that's great, but how do we make this happen? For starters, only certain 7-star champions will be enabled for Ascension. which will
Madeline
be added
Pryor.
in various ways over time. And from certain crystals, such as the new empowered crystals, ascendable champions will come in cluster drops. These grant not only the champion themselves, but also new materials needed to ascend your champions further.
That's because there are multiple levels of 7-star Ascension. At launch, 2 of the 11 levels will be available.
And if you pull an ascendable champion this way for the first time, they'll automatically be ascended right then and there. And get that sweet new ascended 7-star border. Class tokens and champion tokens will be needed to ascend your champions further, along with some primordial dust. And that's really all there is to it. 7-star Ascension launches on March 5th. And to celebrate, we'll be giving away a greater empowered crystal so you can get that first ascended champion right away. So, who are you hoping to ascend first? Let us know in the comments.
Kendrick.
And until next time, we'll see you in the battle realm.
Who y'all hoping to ascend first in
All right,
MCOC?
So that was 7-star Ascension launching on March 5th. Now, I know you guys have been begging for more info. You've been saying, give me more info. I want more info. We are going to give you so much info today. You're going to get so tired of getting info. You're going to say, I don't want any more info. Enough info on Ascension. We're going to break it all down today. Don't you worry. Now, listen, we revealed Ascension a while ago at Summoners Fest in November, and ultimately we didn't want to keep you in the dark until we were ready to let you know things. So we gave you information bit by bit as we confirmed things, as we locked things in, as we made our final design choices. So ultimately, when we give you information early, sometimes it's going to be a little fragmented, right? So the options were either save everything until today and have a massive
give
info drop,
breadcrumbs.
or put things out bit by bit, right? So ultimately, I feel like we have a pretty good grasp of what Ascension is across the community, but now we're going to lock it all into place today so that we're all prepared for the launch. Now, I know this feature like the back of my hand at this point. I've been living in this feature for a very long time. However, there are people who know it better than me. So I brought in an expert today, my very good buddy who's been working super duper hard on this, a new face to the Marvel Contest of Champions stream. Welcome, Carson, aka KABAM. Good coffee. What is going on, my friend? Thank you for joining us on the official stream to talk about Ascension.
Hello, I'm very happy to be here. Happy to share a whole bunch more information with everyone.
Fantastic, man. Now people have been starving for more info about, how to get Ascensions, the level up cost, where is it going to be, all this kind of stuff, right? But before we get into the meat and potatoes today, why don't you tell some of the people at home, who are you? What do you do? And what do you do with MCOC and all that kind of stuff?
Absolutely. I do a lot of the rewards. A lot of the rewards you see, primarily I'm super excited because a lot of my work so far has been on this Ascension stuff that we're going to share today. But you'll know me from some other things. I did a lot of the Summoners Fest content, and then I just touch a lot of the other stuff throughout the game. But we've got a brilliant team here, so I can't take credit for all of that work. We do a lot of stuff together.
Fantastic, man. Yeah, great answer, by the way. I asked Carson that question yesterday in rehearsal, and his brain kind of short-circuited. He was like, I can talk about MCSC all day, but talking about myself, that's a little tougher. We're having some tech issues with the microphone, I believe. Let's change the camera angle, though, while we fix that. Anyway, before we get into all the meat and potatoes of Ascension today, let's have a little bit of a recap of what we know. Can we get the slide deck up right here, Finn? When we talk about that, beautiful.
Oh yeah, somebody got it getting under Karate Mike's skin. Like, bruh, man, let's go, man.
So it's
do your job. Do what we paying you to do.
The way it works is that essentially you can take the champions even further beyond their current
Straight up.
level. So there's 11 levels and 2 are going to be live at launch. This increases attack, health, challenge rating, and
I wonder if who leaked the Summoner's Choice winner in their last stream. Somebody leaked it like 5-10 minutes early.
Will be ascendable in various different ways. We good on the tech issues, by the way?
Look, that's how you know. That's how you know. He ran right back. Yeah, that shit funny.
So just gonna iron that out real quick. We good there? We good now? We're good now. We're getting the thumbs up. We're doing it live, folks. That's what happens when we do it live.
11 levels, 2 head start.
Another
Okay.
thing here is we're talking about retroactive rewards, right? So this is another one of your babies, Carson, right? You can pull that out a little more so you don't have to hold it. There we go.
There we go.
So that's a new thing. We have holding mics now here on the screen.
Yeah.
But that's great, right? So retroactive rewards, this is another one of your babies, really.
Yes.
So walk us through RER, which is how we're going to refer to it, retroactive economy rewards, what it is and why we do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is something that started because all you guys in-game are doing lots of really great things. And there's not always rewards or things for you that we feel serves up to the effort you're putting in at the time. So this is a way that we can start to plan things out and give you things early before the content is actually ready to land within your account. And yeah, this has been one of our sort of initial goes at this, so we appreciate you all learning along the way and giving us our feedback on the process. But we're super excited about how this one's going so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And we actually have different forms of RER that are going to be paying out over the next few weeks. And we actually had some that started paying out as well, right? So let's start talking a little bit more about those super duper shards. So the first wave of RER went out actually a few days ago, right? You might have seen those super duper shards that went live into your mailbox. That's going to be going towards the super duper Ascension box going live next week with the launch of Ascension. You good? Oh, okay, we're good. Oh, okay. Oh, that's great. I love that actually. That's fantastic. Okay, it's a really fun thing when we go back to Carson. Anyway, can we get the slide deck up though? Slide deck up. Beautiful. So, Super Duper Shards did start going out this week. Now, there are going to be more Super Duper Shards coming to your inbox. Now, the reason being is because starting with the launch of Ascension on March 5th, every 7-star that you dupe is going to give you Super Duper Shards in real time. So on top of just the Titan Shards you normally get, you're also going to be making your way towards the Super Duper box as well. Now, Carson, why did we do this?
Yeah, so we wanted to reward you for the content and the things you're already doing, and we know a lot of you players out there are getting into the game. You're getting lots of 7-star duplicates, and you don't always feel like you're being properly rewarded for that. So this is a way to expand upon that. And to start to get some of that stuff into your account so that you can use it right away when Ascension Plus launches.
Absolutely. So there's going to be one more package of Super Duper Shards going out. However, you do get extra Super Duper Shards for duping maxing Titan Crystals, right? For the time being, we're still going to have to send those retroactively as well, but we are looking to get that implemented into the game so that those just naturally give you more, Super Duper Shards as well, right? Going forward. Yeah. All right, so let's talk a bit about the Super Duper Ascension box. These are the champions that you're working towards with those Super Duper Shards. You have Immortal Abomination, we have Arcade, we have Corvus Glaive. We get the image.
I'm like, dang, well, why would you take the
Moonstar, Funky, and also Spiral. There are some really fun champions here that are going to do really well with Ascension, I think. So I'm pretty excited for that. So Carson, how many Super Duper Shards did you get?
I have 15,000, which is a very interesting number, which we'll get into in a future slide, but some of you are already aware of that number and the importance of it.
It's almost like you rigged it, man. Yeah. You got exactly 15,000.
Just about.
That's crazy. Yeah, I got about 80,000 actually, so I opened a decent amount.
Far ahead of me.
During banquet, I will say. But I'm excited. I'm going to get about 5.5 of these, right? Yeah. So I'm really excited to open this. It's going to be a really, really fun time, but let's talk more about the specifics here. Let's talk about the Super Duper box. So this does go live alongside Ascension. Like we said, we want you to be able to jump in on day one and open these shards, right? And I already said in the video, I can't save the reveal that like, hey, there's going to be also
15,000
crystal for you to get, a special Ascension. So you're going to have a few Ascensions like right away, especially if you have Super Duper shards. But this goes live right away. It costs 15,000 shards and it grants a cluster drop. More on that in just a bit. But you get 250 shards per 7-star dupe and 500 total from Max Sig Titan Crystal dupes. Now, actually, we just upped that number yesterday, right? So any additional shards that would have been there for the first wave are going to be attached to the second wave. So we wanted to make those Titan Max Sig dupes just a little bit more valuable, right?
Absolutely, and this is part of the nature of the retroactive rewards that we're doing. We're trying to figure these things out ahead of time, get as many things locked in. But as we go and as things change, we will of along the way, we'll figure out we can give you more, like in this case. So we're really excited to have been able to make that change and get that out to you guys as soon as we can.
Absolutely. Now tell me a bit more about.
Hey,
this
Jody,
box
what's
in
good, my
particular.
guy?
So it says here we might do more in the future, but it will be a new box and a new pool, and these shards will not transfer
Happy
to a new
Friday.
box.
Correct, yes. We wanted to be super clear with this box that these shards are for this box. You don't have to worry about saving them or spending them on anything else. There should be no reason not to spend on this box or spend your currency on this box. With a fixed pool as well too, so you don't have to worry about this pool growing or the champions within it changing or things, going amiss on you and changing up your plans. You can confidently
get 15,000 open.
take
Use
your
the
super
jump.
shards
Got
and
it.
put them towards these champions.
Yeah, I think that's great. And like from
Unless y'all gotta.
strictly as a player, I feel like sometimes we have so many choices.
They'll have
in this
full
game,
changes,
whereas, like, I
obviously.
open a Nexus Crystal and it's like, which champion do I choose? Which champion should I rank? Which should I do? What should I do? Right? It's kind of nice to like make progress towards a box like this and not have to make any consideration at all. And should I shade the shards for the rollover? Should I open it later? It's like I got 15,000. There is a 100% benefit to open it and make some progress towards my account.
For sure. And you can open it multiple times, and you'll consistently, slowly get through it. You'll get through it more and more, all the way up to level 2. And we have a little and beyond text there as well, which we'll get into in a little bit as well too.
Sounds great. Let's move on along because we have some more RER and some more stuff with cluster drops, right? So cluster drops as a whole are meant to make your featured pulls more valuable. So pulling a featured champion from a featured Valiant Crystal will also grant a cluster drop, granting their Ascension 1 materials. Now these specifically are the champion themselves, which, by the way, if you pull an Ascended champion from a cluster drop or crystal they're in, you do get the champion. If you have them at SIG 40, they will now be at SIG 60. You also get one champion-specific token for them and one class Ascension token for them as well. Now, any ascendable champion that you pulled from a featured Valiant Crystal from Liz or Paragon, from Lizard onwards, will be sent these materials through Retroactive Economy rewards, right? And those will be out in a few weeks after the feature goes live, right? So we can get the final tally and send them out and all that kind of stuff. But we also do have a little surprise as well. Speaking of Lizard, right? The Lizard
I'm good, Jody.
is not
Excited.
just from the Valiant
Excited.
crystals, right?
Can't wait
If you
to
currently have a 7-star
stream some
Lizard, everybody
Uncharted
right
later.
now who has a 7-star Lizard will also be able
Happy
to
it's
have a
Friday.
level 1 Ascended
Sun shining today too.
Because on top
It was
of
like
the featured crystal,
48
right, if you get
degrees,
Lizard from any
something like
source as a
that, almost
7-star,
50
since the
degrees
reveal of
outside.
Ascension, you're also granted one Science token and then one Lizard Ascension token per each Lizard pool. And the really cool part of this is that we're extending the Lizard Celebration bonus until March 12th.
Yes, absolutely. We're, again, similar trend with some of the other stuff. We're trying to make sure we can get as much of this stuff to you as we can. We're super happy to be able to extend this into the next Titan Pool rollover. So that will be hopefully super fun for everyone here. And I know I'm excited as well.
Lizard going
I'm
unstoppable
really
and
excited for that, I really
unblockable.
am, because the next
I
pool
still haven't
is
figured
really
out
exciting.
why. I
There's
ran
a lot
into
of
one in
champions there.
Battlegrounds yesterday.
Heimdall's gonna
It
be
was
in
like,
there,
yo, what the
but
hell?
I really want Heimdall, so,
What's this
I
lizard
also
doing?
need to pull a few more lizards too. So I hope to kind of do some 2 birds with 1 stone there with the rollover.
And I don't
that's
even,
really cool.
I never got Lizard out of the Titan
through,
either.
the retroactive rewards, so you won't see the token pulled
I don't think.
directly with the Lizard champion.
Right.
Which
Okay,
is,
also,
That's
hey
very
Jody, how
cool.
you doing,
Yes.
bro?
No.
How you doing so far today?
So let's talk a little bit more about some cluster drops, okay? So, this is what a cluster drop looks like, essentially, and you did see this in the video, right? But let's break it down a bit. So, as you can see here, we pulled and ascended Adam Warlock, okay? So now Adam Warlock dropped as a cluster drop here alongside 1 Cosmic class token and 1 Adam Warlock champion token, right? Now those are used to level up your Ascension, because just like ranking a champion, each Ascension rank, I didn't change that rank to a level. Each Ascension level has a unique cost, okay? So similar to ranking champions, each one has a unique formula. These are made from items in cluster drops, along with different tiers of primordial dust. Now Carson, I'm so curious here. Can you walk us through how many tokens I need? Like, what's the formula for all of this? Like, talk to me about the Ascension level up cost.
Absolutely. So for Ascension level 1, we've got 1 and 1, 1 champion specific token and 1 class specific token. And this is really so we can continue, and as you've seen in some of sort of the other content we've talked about so far with this, we can include the champion with the initial Ascension 1 materials very easily. This will be great for anyone in Paragon or anyone sort of just starting to get into the 7-star sort of ecosystem we have, because this will make sure that when you're getting Ascension, you're a good proportion of the time also getting the champion. And if you're further along, you'll also be getting that duplicate, of course, and Awakening with your Ascension level 1, just meaning you get a lot on that first Ascension 1 acquisition.
What about level 2?
Level 2, we expand a little bit beyond just the 1-in-1. We're starting to bring in dust that many of you probably currently already have, tier 2 primordial dust. We'll be expanding the inventory cap for that as well too, so you'll be able to collect more and more. And then the the class tokens, they increase from 1 to 10, which is a significant increase. But while you're looking at getting all your champions to Ascension level 1, there'll be other ways to collect those tokens so that you can be prepared when Ascension level 2 is ready for you.
Fantastic. So what I'm seeing here is that it takes one of each token to get from just to get that level 1 Ascension.
Yeah.
And then I need 2 champion tokens to get to level 2. But I
And
need 10 class tokens.
From
As
1
you
to
said,
10.
There might be some other ways to get those class tokens, right? So talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. This is another item that you'll be able to find throughout within the game. You'll be rewarded it. You'll see it within content. And then you'll continue as well to get one of these with those cluster drop pulls that we mentioned that will help you along the way as well too.
Yeah, fantastic. So we talked about a bit in the incursion rewards. I believe there are 20 of these, or something around that number, right? There's a decent amount of these in the Saga incursions that are going live next month. So you're going to start earning these right away, and these aren't meant to be super difficult to get, correct? Right. So these are meant to just be a way to interact with the ecosystem for Ascension.
Wow,
all
those
of that
one
fun
that you
stuff.
need 2 for must be
Speaking of
super
that level
duper
1, right? And
difficult
again,
to
I can't
get.
rank to level there either. There's a lot of slides here, guys. All right, a lot to go through. Anyway, there's auto Ascension level 1 as well. So cluster drops are meant to just make Ascension easy. So when pulling an ascendable champion from a cluster drop for the very first time, before they're ever ascended, they are automatically taken to Ascension 1, and the class token and the champion token are consumed right then and there, so you don't have to do another manual step. Now, if there are pieces of content that award, Ascension tokens and all the stuff, you have to do a manual rank up at that point. But the goal here is that if you get a champion from a cluster drop that's not ascended, they're now ascended for you.
Yes, which is hopefully super exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll see it ascended right away. If it's a new champion to your roster, you'll get that auto ascension with the new champion. And if it's a duplicate, it will work as well too in that case as well. Yeah.
Fantastic. So it's ultimately relatively simple here. It's pull the champion, have them ascended.
Yep.
Pull the champion more, take them to level 2. That's really all it boils down to at the end of the day,
Exactly.
right? So let's talk a little bit about the Ascension base pool. So we had KABAM Neuro on the stream. That's 2 mentions of KABAM Neuro today on the stream. Hey, buddy, I hope you're watching right now. So he does great work, by the way. So it's just it's great to have him on the stream and put his face to his work. But the base pool is launching with 5 per class. Okay. Now the launch pool was carefully designed to interact with one another as a group of 30 champions for the feature's launch. Now, as you know all 30 at this point. You'll see that there's many different RPG mechanics that are present amongst the champions, and about a third of the pool is getting tuned up at launch. These champions will be available via new crystal sources like those empowered crystals and other cluster drops as well. And if you want more details on what went into the creation of those pools in their entirety, check out our class reveal post from the past few weeks. There's lots and lots of info on all of that stuff. But here we have a full picture of the launch pool. Let's take a full screenshot here of this, Finn, if we can. Just look at that. Now, obviously, like I said, a third of the pool is getting tuned up, and these tune-ups are feeling really, really, really nice for a lot of these champions, honestly. Some of them are getting a really nice value boost, in my opinion, and a lot of them are just very strong as they are. Like Mojo right now, for example, is an absolute monster at the moment for Alliance War. If you get him ascended for next season, oh boy, he's going to be absolutely ridiculous. I would love to pull that one. But yeah, so it's a really, really nice pool, honestly, I think. So I'm excited for this to go live. So let's talk about base pool updates, because I find this very interesting. This is a bit different from how we've done things in the past.
Checking on my
right?
Twitch
So
drops.
the launch pool, or the base pool, as
Trying to
we
figure out
usually
dinner.
know it of Ascension, does not grow, unlike the 6-star and 7-star base pool, right? Talk to me a little bit about that.
For sure. Yeah, this is something.
You cooking something, or are you
trying.
getting something from
And it's,
takeout?
gonna be a trend with Ascension as well too. We're trying to try some new things here and there and see what works. But we really wanted to have a fixed base pool for this.
Have we not been watching for an hour?
This group of champions. Which that means is, as you know, you're working through this pool, whether you're getting it from a crystal, which we'll talk about, or wherever you're progressing through it, we're not going to be adding more champions to the pool. And what that is really to say is set the baseline that it's not going to be getting more difficult when you're working your way through this pool. You're not gonna be focusing on a champion within it or hoping to get one within it, and then all of a sudden we make it a whole bunch more difficult by adding more champions for you. That is to set the base, and then as we go, there'll be plenty of new ways to access the champions from this pool and work your way through it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Let's talk about some of these crystals now.
You figure it out. Let me know what you getting. I might
to talk about these.
Might open up my mind.
So excited.
I have no clue what I'm
about
out for dinner.
These are
either.
launching alongside Ascension, and first of all, and most importantly, they look absolutely gorgeous.
They look so good.
They look so good, right? So let's talk about the empowered crystals, because they can drop 1 of 4 items. And the lowest reward they can drop is a 6-star. So 5 stars?
Yep.
Yeah, right? Sorry. I'm sorry. Listen, if you're a progressing player, 5 stars could be very useful for you. But if you're at the point where you're chasing 7-star Ascension, you don't want to be pulling 5 stars from Valiant crystals and stuff, right? So we just to make these crystals really good, ultimately. That was kind of your goal here. You wanted to make the crystals good. And I think you did a good job here. Where the lowest you can get is a 6-star, and you can actually get 7-star shards outright. Then you can get those non-ascendable 7-star champions as well. So from the 7-star base pool, the normal base pool, and then there's also a low chance to get a base pool ascension cluster drop here. Now, one thing to note is that these also will be using the Grandmaster's Grace system as well. So you'll always be working towards that goal of getting that cluster drop there. So talk to me a bit about these empowered crystals and how we're going to get them, where they are, all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's 2 main ways you'll get these. One is through rewards within the game, so you'll have them just within a lot of your basic reward avenues. They will be earnable, and then you'll also be able to spend units on them as well too.
For every 120th crystal open, you automatically.
And the real goal with these crystals,
but as soon as you open up one,
you're earning them,
pizza.
you always feel like you're moving forward. So whether that's from the content within them,
pizza and wings,
or
maybe
from the grace
pizza
system
and
as you're
wings.
progressing towards the greater.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to talk to Impulse. See if she got anything on my Impulse. She'll be like.
Yeah, now these are cool, but
no, I got a taste for some Chinese food. Like, no, I don't eat Chinese
This
food.
is going to be the premier Ascension crystal.
She still getting Chinese food. I'll just think of something else that I want.
Crystals will be found as
Right now, I really don't have no clue. Probably, maybe it might be some pizza.
For big events and big sale days, of course, right? But these cannot be purchased with units.
There might be some pizza.
Will not have
Undecided.
Shards. So
Undecided.
This is very interesting, right? So if you look at the premier 7-star crystal at like 7-star launch, we had the Titan crystal, right? And it took a very long time to earn Titan shards toward opening that first Titan crystal, right? Instead of having greater empowered crystal shards, what we have are empowered crystals, right? Talk to me about that dynamic a little bit.
For sure. So yeah, when comparing it to some of our other crystals, like the Titan crystal or the 7-star hero crystal, as you collect shards, you are making that slow, steady progress to that crystal. Where we wanted to change things up a bit is we still wanted to give you that slow,
it's only
going to
be through rewards and through cash money.
But now
to buy greater empowered crystals.
Right.
This is basically banquet, right? This is a banquet crystal and a greater banquet crystal.
Yeah, that additional reward.
Is that what this is basically?
One regular empowered crystal.
That's right, and I think a very important piece of information here is that when Cavalier went live, way before your time, Act 6.1, Cavalier crystals launched, right? There was no gray system, and there was a chance to get like 6 stars, and like you could get them for 200 units, and they were exciting at the time. Then same thing with Paragon crystals, same thing with Valiant crystals, but ultimately, they weren't really given out as rewards too often in content. Here and there, sure, right? Here and there, they're thrown as bonuses for stuff. But the goal with empowered crystals is to use them as a reward source a lot more than we ever have in the past. And I think that's very important.
And right away.
And right away.
Especially with the free one right off day one.
The free one.
Absolutely, yeah. So let's talk a bit about brand new champions.
That one
right?
free crystal better be
new release
absolute godlike, bro, because they glazing it for sure, man.
Those are going to be ascendable, right? So, Ascension for new champions will be exclusive to their featured hero Valiant crystals to start off. but those champions and their Ascension materials will be available again to earn some form in the future, likely in 2027, but no exact details to share at this time. Can you talk to me a bit about that?
For sure, yeah. We want to bring some of the focus and the excitement to our brand new release champions when they release. So we're putting some focus on this crystal, but we know it's not always a blast to open, so we're also planning some changes around this crystal as well, too.
Absolutely. Those featured Valiant crystals are getting a very nice update as well, alongside Ascension, going live with the first new Ascension champion.
Okay, double.
Right, Pixie. These are getting a makeover, right? So on top of the featured champion and the Grace Timer being a cluster drop, talk to me about these increases right here.
Absolutely. And yeah, a great note is that the Ascension materials will also be granted from the Grace Timer of the featured champion pool as well. So you don't just have to rely on the chance for that. And then in addition, we're doubling the drop of the 7 stars, just the regular 7 stars within this. And that's sort of part of a greater theme that you'll see here as we go through this, that we're in general making 7 stars more acquirable.
Attainable.
We'll be getting more into that 7-star ecosystem, so they can start to play around and enjoy it.
What you be eating from Chinese? Jody.
1% on the Ascended base pool, so that will be your cluster drop from the base pool. So you'll be progressing towards that pool as well, not just from the empowered crystals, but also from this one now too. And then we've also got a bit more of a chance just to get an empowered crystal as well from this. And that, again, will be that theme of just making sure you feel like you're progressing forward. You'll be progressing towards the goal.
Hold up 1 second.
You'll be always going forward is really, really cool.
Right, so what I'm kind of seeing here is that 7 stars are going to become a lot more common, right, in the game through the empowered crystals that are given out for rewards, right, through content, and also Valiant crystals getting an update here. One thing to know is that brand new champions, while their Ascension is not going to be readily available right away, they are still entering the Titan pool as a 7-star, just as normal, right? So you're probably going to be earning a lot more Titan shards. So those new champions are probably going to be a lot easier to get as 7 stars in the future as well. Now, what progression levels can purchase these featured Valiant crystals, Carson?
So these will be Paragon Plus.
Paragon Plus! I just saw somebody in the chat just yelling justice for Paragon. So there we go.
Justice is had.
Justice is had. Absolutely. So let's talk really quick also about non-standard releases, right? So we're going to break this down and boil this down just very, very simple here into 2 different groups, all right? Standard releases, brand new champions that are added as a completely new character through featured Valiant crystals. And I'm just going to say chase champions for anything that's different from that, right? So unlike the base pool and new featured releases, there's not going to be a cookie-cutter release strategy for those sort of chase champion Ascension acquisition. For example, we may release a champion like, Kitty is a great example here, and we feel like she, powerful enough without Ascension, she does not need it at launch, and she can still be released into the 7-star ecosystem without her Ascension being immediately available. And that's not to say those chase champions will never have Ascension, of course, but just not right at launch. Each one will be handled in their own way.
For sure, yeah, we want to leave this open so that for these other champions that come, we can do lots of fun things with them. We can try different things. Some of them will be easier, some of them may be more difficult, some right away, some a bit later. We're just really trying to leave it open so we can do lots of fun stuff.
Makes sense, man. So let's talk about how the economy is going to look in 2026. Looking specifically at Paragon Plus here.
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing of note here is that with all of this talk of there'll be more 7 stars and that sort of will be changing. We do want to make a note that for the rank 5 rollout, like that is going to continue to progress as normal. There's no planned changes to that at this time. But yeah, as I just mentioned, you're going to see this increased acquisition of 7-star champions, both through some increased ways to earn them, as well as the bundling of Ascension with the champion as well. And on average, you can expect roughly as a baseline, 1.5 ascendable base pool champions to be earned via standard rewards each month. And that is to set the base. There will be more ways on top of that, which we'll even get into one very shortly here as well, too.
Yeah, and that's just for standard rewards. That's like side quest, EQ, Incursion, Saga, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah,
Whoa.
collectives.
Collectives are coming. Now, listen, this stream is already, super long. We got a lot more to do today. So we're not going to dive into collectives today. They are coming, though. And collectives is kind of made to work complementary with Ascension, plus 7-star Ascension. Talk to me a bit about this.
For sure. This is mostly just to give you guys an example of what we're talking about. As you know, the game evolves. We're going to be a tie.
Okay, sesame chicken
essentially
or
into
sweet and
more
sour.
phase. We've
See,
already got planned.
You got a Panda
on
Express where
our,
you live at? We ain't got no
upcoming here
Panda
that,
Express.
when Collectives comes, we're
I
gonna
like
be,
Panda Express.
Rewarding more and more of these Ascension-related things, and you'll.
We
be able
used to have
see
one in
more
our
ways
mall,
to
but
get
that
to
was like
Yeah, I'm definitely
15
excited
years
for that,
ago.
So stay tuned for more info on collectives, probably next stream, and definitely a very.
So I haven't had Chinese in like 15 years.
As well. But Carson, let's look to the future here, man. There's still 9 more levels of Ascension to go, so that 7-star runway, it's
Some orange
definitely
chicken.
extended, right? So
Some,
those
I mean,
7-star
like, if
champions,
she
they're-
do
they're
get,
gonna be valuable for a very, very long
Chinese,
time.
I'll ask her
But,
if she
you
can
know,
just
up
grab me a
next,
couple of
naturally, the Ascension cap will be raised from
pork
2 to
fried
3.
egg
So
rolls.
At that point, 1
but
and 2
that's
will
every
likely be
once in a
easier to
while.
get, right?
Yep. We plan to go in sets of 2. No exact set timeline for that. But as we progress and we increase
Now,
our levels,
now
we
Panda
do
Express. If
increase
we
ways to
had
get
Panda
earlier
Express
levels,
still, I would
and
eat
you'll
Chinese
see
food
that
just as much as
increase
she
for
do.
your already ascendable champions you have as well too. You will have to be careful.
Okay, so
though,
you
watch
just hit
for,
up, you just hit up the
champions,
Chinese restaurant
make sure
then.
you're getting enough of those, because if
I don't even know what the
some
name of the
champions
Chinese
may be
restaurant is
restricted in
here.
those, in that
But
is
yeah, she
something
be
that
she
you
be
need to
hitting
make
that
sure
that
you're
joint
getting
up.
enough of.
Right. But ultimately, what I'm seeing here is that if a champion is enabled for Ascension, they're not going to not be able to go to level 3 or level 4 when it's released. You do need the champion tokens for that to do it right away, of course, right? So no finer details on the level 3 or 4 cost just yet, because we're working through it, man. We're working through it. We got all 1 and 2 ready to go. And also, the 2026 new featured hero champions will return to have their Ascension levels earned again in new ways. So man, that was just so much to do with the economy and systems of 7-star Ascension. Dude, thank you so much for breaking down all of that for us today. And guys, we got
March
more
5th, y'all.
7-star
March
Ascension
5th
news
for
coming up.
Ascension.
We have another guest later on in the stream to talk about the power level. and
Okay,
what's
it's
going to be
okay.
as well. But Carson, thank you for
All
breaking
right.
all of this down. We
See,
have
I don't
some
be
more stuff to
trusting
talk
these
about, too, so
restaurants,
Carson's
bruh.
gonna stick
I
around,
don't
too,
trust.
because there's some more stuff to come.
I don't be trusting
but that is the base.
like, bro. They, I don't know what they
acquisition
cooking
for
up in there.
7-star Ascension. But that's not the only thing
At least
coming,
Panda
right?
Express
That's
is
the
like
only
a
thing coming
franchise, so
next
they gotta
month,
abide by
or not even
abide
next
by
month, but,
certain
like in the future,
regulations and stuff like that. I know that the other restaurants do too, but it's different when you
right?
when
And
you
know
when
that
you
Karina
franchise
has been
it. You get
corrupted
what I'm saying?
by the Chrono Serpent herself, right? But not yet, because that's in April, and in March we have a new set of Karina's challenges that are coming to the game before she gets corrupted, right? So we have a very special set of challenges.
Straight up, bruh.
Versus
Cats in the hood go missing.
I'm very excited to launch these into
Jody,
the game.
cats in the hood go
Starting on
missing.
March 11th, the next set of Karina's challenges are going live. Now this is
Oh.
going to be using heroes and villains in different quests, right?
Oh,
of course,
boy.
Karina's challenges typically revisits older quests. So we have the Grandmaster's Gauntlet, the Ordeal. We have the Abyss as a big throwback there. And then we have a bit of a tougher one than Abyss, the Epic of Pain Gauntlet. Now that's a new quest right there that's going to be taking all of the bosses from the Epoch of Pain, putting them into a gauntlet where you have to do all of the bosses in a row. So these are going to be releasing 1 per week starting on March 11th. This is the order they are released in if you do want to plan. It's going to have 2 crystal pools, hero and villain. It's a rather large crystal pool. You probably have most champions you want to use ranked up already, but if there's some that you want to target for some of these things, you have a very long time to prepare for this, right? I think that is pretty cool. Let's talk about what the rewards. Someone's saying thanks, Carson, by the way. Oh, that's great.
4 to 5 rank up, Jim.
Let's talk about the rewards, because the rewards are pretty juicy here, man. The Brave will be rewarded. It's a really nice reward spread. If you complete all 6 of these challenges, you're going to earn a 4 to 5 rank up.
Man, them Jones gonna be
right?
crazy.
Along with
Them
other
challenges
valuable
about to
rewards,
be
including
stupid,
Brave
bro. I'm not
Power
even.
crystals, which we now know about.
I know there are people
Tier
gonna be
5
hyped about
avocados,
this, not me.
3 to 4 rank
Not
up
me,
gems,
bro.
multiple, and a selector with powerful heroes and villains.
I'm
That's
not
pretty
getting
fun.
that 4 to
Also,
5 rank up, Jim.
you do this, you can ascend Maestro, right? We talked about, hey, some of those chase champions might be tougher to ascend, might be this, might be that, right? Well, listen, Maestro's Ascension, at least level 1 and 2, will be living here. If you complete 4 of the 6 challenges, you can earn level 1 Ascension for Maestro. And if you complete all 6, you can have your Maestro up to level 2. Now listen, if you want your Maestro to be a little shiny as well, you might want to get through this kind of quickly, because if you're done with this before May 13th, which is a really long time from now actually, but that's 1 month after the 6th challenge releases, you can get a first appearance 7-star Maestro. So in my opinion, there's a really really nice grace timer on getting this Maestro. So you have a very long time. So get in there. It's going to be the only time to ever get that first appearance Maestro, which is pretty cool.
We're going to see what them challenges is hitting for, bro. Because I'm not taking Loki to fight Electro. Bro, I'm not doing that.
Which is the same time as the Hero Abyss challenge. If you defeat the Abyss of Legends Quake with Stellar Forge Star-Lord, you can earn his level 1 Ascension.
We didn't even want to take Loki to do nothing. So we just had to rank Loki up just to go use him and fight Electro.
Yeah, this is a great example.
I was not doing that.
Sometimes Ascension might come later for champions, where the initial acquisition was before. So we're leaving it flexible. Well, it's just because champion didn't initially come with its Ascension doesn't mean it won't come in the future.
Yeah, sounds great, man. So obviously we have the
what was that?
Gauntlet. You might have to face the.
You gotta take Stellar Forge versus Abyss Quake.
Yeah, beautiful. So if you do all this,
I just fought that Quake.
9.4, a little bit of a spoiler for rewards.
I just fought that Quake for a video. I didn't end up using it in the video. I think I ended up using.
You might have, 3 rank 5 7-star champions.
Deathless Thanos versus Omega Red. I think.
That's all this is saying, right? Right? Or, actually, no, that's not true. Because if you complete Act 9.4 and you have 3 rank 5 7-star champions, possibly a little overdue, you will get the next progression level, which is the Elder progression level. You will be an Elder. You can be an Elder in under 2 months.
Okay,
finally,
new progression level.
Here. And that's pretty exciting. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited for the new progression
Complete
level.
Act 9.4.
Saying, yay, finally, yes, finally, yes. Very important note here, there's no have Ascension type of thing requirements for this, right? So yes, there's going to be a new ecosystem in the game, and it's going to be a larger runway and everything. But we're basing all of this on what our typical runway was, right? So you complete your content, you get your rank 5s, and then you do the story content, and you'll be PRG 10. You'll be Elder. Very important distinction here as well. There is absolutely 1,000,000% a free-to-play path to progression level 10. Pretty much on day 1, I believe. It's probably going to be a week or so after, because there's a lot of content to do on day 1. But a lot of players got their first rank 5 from Solo Coliseum and other events. We have more Solo Coliseum coming in April. There is a 4 to 5 Gem Arenas challenges, and there's also going to be, of course, a rank 5 equivalent in total of Act 9. So complete Act 9, do all the content, and you will be there.
Okay, he just leaked with that. I don't think they ever leaked 9.4 rewards, but
information as well, because
we was already thinking there was going to be a rank 5 in there.
As always, we also
he just confirmed it for sure.
So before we jump into our
9.4 will come with.
To my buddy Carson for jumping on, being such a fantastic guest. Thank
rank
you so
4 to
much for joining
5.
us, man. I'm sure we will see you again in the future.
Happy to be here. Thanks, guys.
All right.
And probably could be for 100% all acts
So we're
reward.
gonna have to start rushing through things a little bit.
Or all
let's
chapters.
Take a look at our first champion launching in next month for March.
All right, there we go.
Let's do that Pixie deep dive.
Pixie's attacker loop is all about casting your spells and building up to those big special attack payoffs. To begin, charge your heavy so you can evade and put the opponent to sleep, then heavy to cast your first 2 spells. Now that both of your early spells are on cooldown, build up your power and focus on your light attacks to reduce the cooldown. And any time that's up, you'll want to cast them again, so you can keep gaining your soul wisps. Continue this process as you work toward your special 3. And once there, it should still be on cooldown. So, launch your special 2 to convert your soul wisps into passive prowess, and you can launch your special 1 from that power efficiency. Then, watch the fireworks as your opponent starts to melt from your Neuroshock passes. Continue taking advantage of Pixie's prowess while stacking even more Neuroshocks with your special 1, using light attacks to refresh the cooldown until the opponent is knocked out. And hey, remember, when Pixie is awakened, her Neuroshock doesn't just counter miss, she also prevents skill attackers from evading. So if you happen to come across any pesky skill defenders who like to disrupt your flow, don't worry. Pixie's full of heart and soul, and always has a plan.
All right, so that was Pixie coming to the game, a beautiful creation by our very own KABAM. Honeydew. And Pixie is a lot of fun. Let's first of all take a little look at this right here because she looks really cool, man. Yeah, I'm really excited about Pixie. Someone's saying another build-up champ. Honestly, not really. She's pretty speedy, dude. She is.
It looks like more
speedy.
like
So let's.
your
let's
typical
there we go,
mutant,
beautiful.
to be honest.
We are
It looks more
super
like your
behind,
typical mutant.
on time today, so we can't do live gameplay for our champions this month, unfortunately. But I definitely want to talk a lot about Pixie here. So she's a very, very interesting champion, and she casts spells to activate certain abilities, right? So casting spells grants an item, a resource called Soul Wisps. Okay, keep that in mind for later. So her spells will go on cooldown after use, but her light attacks reduce this cooldown. Her special attacks, they start on cooldown, but that's not as restrictive as it sounds, right? So essentially what you want to do is you want to use your heavy attack to counter evade, right? And then you're going to put the opponent to sleep. Then you want to go for your heavy attack, and you can reduce their shock and bleed potencies by minus 90% after the heavy attack, and that's going to be 2 spells right there, okay? You want to build up to your special 2, and you're going to get a nice power reserve on that special 2, and since it then will go on cooldown, you can launch that special 1 over and over and over, place those neuroshocks. 1 light ending combo is going to be enough to reduce the cooldown to launch another special 1 right away, and the damage on the neuroshock scales with special damage as well. So Pixie is looking like a really, really fun champion. I'm very excited for her to get into the game. She's really, really cool. She's got a lot of utility, and she's got a lot of damage as well. I think she's bringing a lot of really fun stuff to the game. I'd love to do some live gameplay on her, but we are, oh my God, we're already an hour and a half into the stream. So I'm gonna
Hour and a half. Let me go check on my Twitch drop. Let me go check on my Twitch drop.
All of our wonderful creators, because they're gonna be putting out a lot of Pixie content. I'm putting that request out to you guys. You got to do my job for me.
Oh, okay.
You gotta cover me, man. I can't do it. I can't do it today. There's just no time. But yeah, so obviously go check out all of our fantastic creators. We have some people who put out consistent content on our new champions every month, and they put out some really fantastic stuff. Pixie's a really fun addition to
Is y'all
the game.
collecting y'all
Cannot wait
Twitch
to
drops?
see what she does. Also, look at this beautiful artwork right here. A little update to that Tooth and Claw saga art as well. We have Madeline and also Pixie coming through that portal right there, which is so cool. Speaking of Madeline, oh, not yet. Well, we'll go over that next, but let's take a look at Madeline Pryor as well, who is the other champion coming next month.
Madeline Pryor has Goblin Horde pre-fights she can expend before entering a fight. If you need a nullify at the start of the fight, you can opt for the Crib Swap pre-fight. Not only does this provide a form of buff control, that cruelty also gives you an additional buff to hinder so you can stack up even more degen damage. And to begin, strike the opponent to start building power. While working your way up to your special 2, you can weave in attack punishes to place your misery buffs on the opponent. Once ready, launch your special 2. And from here, you're gonna want to keep your opponent over the pit, focusing on baiting those heavy attacks and punishing them to stack your misery buffs. The hinder from the opponent being over the pit will reduce the potency of the misery buffs and any other buffs they trigger while it's active. This will result in some nice ticks of degen. Don't forget, time slows down when your opponent charges their heavy while they're hindered. So, you can immediately interrupt their heavy attack without having to dash back. That way, you can easily stack up that misery. And if you're struggling to get the opponent to launch those heavies, you can opt for the Goblin Instigators pre-fight to infuriate your opponents when they're standing over the pit, allowing you to have a much easier time getting your opponents to charge those heavies for you to punish. And also, if your opponent gains some pretty potent buffs, you can use those buffs against them. All you need to do is ensure they're hindered before triggering them to watch those massive degens melt them away. And hey, don't forget, if your opponent's power meter ever gets out of control, you can use your special 3 to power steal at their full power bars. That way, you can ensure that you stay in full control the entire time.
Oh man, honestly guys,
I don't know. She kind of, I don't know.
so upset.
She look
I don't
better
want to
than
play with these
Pixie.
champions right now because they're so much fun. But those videos really do a great job just outlining everything that, you know, how to use them and everything, and really showing them off in a really nice way.
That look more
But
impressive
Madeline
than
Pryor
Pixie.
is an absolutely ridiculous champion coming as the second champion this month.
Okay,
Note, by the way,
bet, Jody.
updates to the Valiant Crystals. We are moving the second champion release from Tuesday to Thursday.
If you are missing the drops, you can just watch anybody that's live streaming MCOC on Twitch. You can watch anybody that's live streaming MCOC on Twitch for the next couple of days.
About Madeline Pryor because,
and get the Twitch drops.
This champion is wild, right? So she starts the fight with the force field, granting her different effects. Now, I did see some people saying like, whoa, does she have a Penny Parker shield? Close, but I feel like, you know, Jean Grey force field is a little bit of a stronger comparison, right? Now, she is also immune to bleed and rupture when active, and she places misery buffs on the opponent. She's a mystic champion who places some buffs. Now, her special 2 summons a pit of grasping, clawing goblin arms, right? And while the defender is in the pit, they're going to be inflicted with a hinder debuff when the opponent enters it. And when a buff with reduced potency activates on the defender, she inflicts a degen passive on them. That's where most of her damage is going to be coming from. Her special 3 is also incredibly powerful, as we saw in the video against Serpent there, right? It's going to steal 50% of full bars of power, which is kind of crazy. Also, from her Sig ability, she's going to start each quest with a goblin horde just kind of following her around. And this is going to give her different pre-fights, right? One of them to...
okay, so to access her pre-fight, she needs to be duped.
Another one to put an Infuriate on the opponent when they are in the pit. Also, it's going to grant her an Uncanny passive until her first special attack as well. So, Madeline Pryor ultimately seems like she has a lot of complicated stuff going on. But in reality, she's relatively simple. You want to use that special 2, and then you want to use the special 1 to kind of like increase the potency of her force field and stuff. And you want to, very important here, utilize her inexorable to bait heavy attacks on the opponent. It will slow down time. That wasn't slow down in the deep dive. It will slow down time, and then you punish those heavy attacks, and you do a lot of damage. So that's going to be really, really nice. Now, speaking of, she has a hinder effect, right? So alongside the launch of Madeline Pryor, we're also going to be cleaning up the way certain effects occasionally used as buffs are built so they can actually interact with things like hinder, for example. So some of these relevant effects are confidence, glancing, the regeneration mechanic part of death immunity, as we saw, inexorable, when that's a buff one day, routes, untouchable, stuff like that. There's other effects as well, but much less common relevant. For example, like Hunter Spider on Venom Pool. An example of what this will be like, for example, so Destroyer will be getting a nice boost from this as well. His 75% hinder debuff will now reduce Cersei's glancing buff's ability to glance. So his hinder debuff will now do what you expect it to do, which I think is great. And that will result in Cersei only having a 25% chance to glance attacks, right? Now, really fun as well, this is also going to interact with Intensify, allowing them to be increased at the same time. So if you bring Gladiator with confidence, for example, into the Valiant EQ, where you get the Intensify buffs, all of his confidence is going to be juiced up. He's going to be doing even more damage, which is really, really, really fun stuff. So yeah, that's going to be a really nice update to go alongside her and also make Destroyer just feel that much nicer as well, who, by the way, is in that Ascension pool, which is really, really cool. And just look at the Goblin Queen, man. Oh my goodness gracious. I think she looks great. So yeah, both of those champions, I am really, really excited for both of those champions. Again, go check out our CCP creators for more Pixie content, for more Madeline Pryor content. They're going to do a fantastic job.
Oh no, Madeline will look like she might be
this month because I didn't get to play with them here.
funner to use than Pixie.
Do some more and enter our giveaway.
Pixie feel like Jean Grey and Onslaught.
Giveaway, so you can win one of these two champions, and
She look like Betsy.
Really cool. Now, also, let's look at this real quick right here.
Okay.
Look at this. I love this.
From Lefty.
We just got Stellar Forged Star-Lord and also Deathless King Groot. How about that? How about Stellar Forged Star-Lord? He's pretty cool, right? But I don't know. I think we need another Stellar Forged Chase. Don't you think? I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat?
Is that Massacre?
Who do we think this is? Is that Deadpool?
Is that Massacre?
Over there. I see some swords going on. Who do you think?
Or is that Deadpool?
Right? Well, it's going to be a Mystic champion this time around. Not Deadpool. The next Stellar Forge chase is going to be
Blade.
as a Mystic champion starting on March 5th. Stellar Forge Blade is coming. The chase is beginning, and Cosmic Champions, they better beware, because Isophena's got their mystical hands on this Damphir, and this variant has easy access to Atrophy, Degen, and a sense for danger that can make a god tremble. Now, the first piece is going to be available in this month's Alliance War Encounter Showcase on March 5th, so make sure you jump in. I am super excited about this upcoming champion.
Oh boy.
I think he's really cool and he looks incredible. I was actually talking to the designer of Stellar Forge Blade 2 days ago, and I was like, hey man, Blade's looking super cool. Really, really awesome stuff. Is there anything that you think I should, really highlight, emphasize here on the stream, before closer to his release? And he said, yes, all of his weapons are now gold. And I thought that was exceptionally important here to highlight. So that's really, really important. And he looks so cool, man. He looks really, really, really cool. In all seriousness, I was like the ISO infused parts of like his tattoos and everything. And I love the white and gold aesthetic there. He looks really, really cool. So yeah, that's launching soon, and the chase is starting really, really soon. And the kit is fun. I'm excited to go over the kit more. And we got some artwork here as well. Just looking good. Blade is
he gonna be better than OG Blade?
In 2026, which is pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool. All right, also, we have to give just a really, really big shout out, by the way, to Skylight03, who apparently can see the future, who posted this in November. Please, Madeline Pryor in March with Pixie, since they are Magic related, might also release that Magic rework by that time. Now, Skylight, completely unrelated, I'm gonna need you to DM me next week's lottery numbers if you don't mind. You can actually do that now while we watch the Magic deep dive, because the rework is launching next month.
Magic can be played in different ways to maximize her utility or damage surrounding her limbo buff. If you're fully focused on sustainability and buff control, when your opponent is in limbo, you'll want to use your heavy attack to place your buff deceleration passive to extend the uptime of your limbo buff. Slowing your limbo tick down allows you to maximize the uptime of your neutralize passive and can make for a strong safety net if you slip up and need to heal back the damage that you took. To maximize her damage, begin by striking your opponent and always keep an eye on your power. Immediately after gaining a bar, you'll want to launch your special 1. This will trigger her buff acceleration and will get your degen passives rolling along. From here, continue striking the opponent to build up to your special 2. And once you're ready, launch it to stack up those degens and watch the opponent start to melt. If your opponent is under a bar, you can immediately heavy charge after your special 2 to slow down the expiration of your limbo, allowing you to pause your degens and melt your opponent even further. If the opponent isn't already knocked out, just repeat this process until they are. Now, keep in mind, Magic Special 3 is supercharged against buff-heavy opponents. If you're facing an opponent who gains a lot of buffs, you can just go for your Special 3 to nullify all their buffs and watch those degens send your opponent into limbo.
Oh my god, I love the shot of her going into the portal and just like disappearing,
bro.
So
I'm like, what the hell?
The team has been cooking up a nice Magic
Magic disappearing now.
2026 champion since 2025.
She's not going invisible. That's why I was kind of confused. Like, Magic going invisible. What the hell is this?
For 7-star
She's not. She hopping into a portal real quick.
A very, very long time now. And listen, I'm excited for this one, but I want to bring on a very, very special guest to talk about this Magic rework coming in pretty much like a rebuild, like Doctor Strange, Iron Man, kind of like how Cyclops, how we did those, coming in as pretty much a brand new champion here. Welcome to the stream. Actually, I believe this is the first time on an official live stream with me. Very good friend of mine, KABAM, John. What is going on, my man? It's so great to have you on the stream.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Excited to talk about
I was
characters.
thinking about it last night. I was like, I don't think I've ever had you on a stream since I took it over.
No,
and
yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I think he's been on a stream, but not with Mike.
But yeah, no. For the few people at home who don't know who you are, right? Why don't you just let everyone know, what do you do for Marvel Contest of Champions? How long have you been here? All that fun stuff.
Sure, yeah, I mean, I do most things. I started years ago now in 2017 in QA, and then slowly worked my way into being our first balance designer. And since then, I've been working on characters, There was a time where I worked on pretty much every character from like 2018 until like 2022. And then took over stuff like Alliance War and Battlegrounds, working on some exciting new stuff like Fortress Assault, and then also just started creating the balance team as well. And so been lucky enough to be here for a long time and get into design here at KABAM as well. And it's been a great time.
Yeah, it absolutely has, man. And obviously we love having you here. So now, one reason why I wanted to bring John here is because, I mean, listen, we've been working together for a very long time, and even before I worked here, when I was still a full-time content creator, we still kind of worked like side by side in different lanes. And Magic has been a champion who is, you know, kind of, you know, had that red tape around here for so long. There's been many different times of like, all right, should we release Magic? All right, we can't release her as is. Like, what should we do with her? So what I kind of want to talk about here is just like, how did we arrive at this version of Magic? Like, talk to me about the process of like what this is.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. Magic's been a fan favorite and also a personal favorite of a lot of players and individuals in the studio. Myself as well. Like I was definitely just ripping her in old AW, just like bashing everything I can with the 5-star version. But similar to Quake, we had kind of acknowledged that she's very problematic in the game, and her previous kit was just something that would never really be able to be feasible for us to release. She just turns off too much content, and in a way that kind of just makes it uninteractable. There's not really much of a challenge if you're allowed to use Magic. You kind of just are playing.
Okay, so this is what happened to Hercules.
They just never do anything.
It's nice to have that worded in a way that we can understand why they don't like Hercules.
In order to bring that loved character back, we decided that
she must be even harder than Hercules.
And I think we've done a really great job where she really captures a lot of kind of that high skill chase that you used to have with old Magic, albeit a very different high skill chase compared to now.
Yes.
And it's kind of just the only way we'd be able to bring a beloved character back without completely kind of destroying the difficulty curve in the contest, and you know, stuff like Battlegrounds and Alliance where she would just immediately start like running the show anywhere she could be used. And so this allows players to have the beloved character.
I don't know why I'm thinking more on defense.
Yeah,
because
being able to have the higher power levels, I guess.
Yeah, makes sense, man. And you know, you touched on the high skill component, right? Where back in the day, it was like an absolute flex if you can backdraft intercept with Magic and launch a special 2 on time and connect your combo, right?
Yep.
We say this a lot here that like the summoners in the game have gotten so much better over time, right? So the high skill component of Magic in 2026 is very different from, hey, can you do an intercept? There are so many things that she does.
Hey, we're in 2026. Can you do an intercept?
Where she has some
can we do an intercept, Karate Mike?
Buff
Shit, because
buff acceleration, she can
these days we don't know
down the ticks of buffs. She can also speed it up.
This man talking like intercepting is
heavy attack, right? She falters. She makes the opponent miss.
Karate Mike talking like intercepting ain't got red tape around it.
And then she can, you know, do dire degen like that. She still has Limbo, and now if you play her properly, you can expect Limbo to be active for pretty much most of the fight. If you utilize Mystic Dispersion in a way, right, where that Limbo, when it goes away, you get Mystic Dispersion. Also, she puts Fury buffs on the opponent that she nullifies. Her Special 3 is absolutely insane. But yeah, it's I feel like there's a lot of stuff she could do, and I'm really excited to see how players utilize this new version of Magic.
Yeah, like you said, super high skill. I mean, yeah, like the backdraft intercept back in the day being like a huge skill thing, even like, oh, hey, it's in Iron Man Infinity War, like, how do I deal with this guy? I'm gonna have to learn how to punish his heavy with my own heavy, an impossible feat. And so Magic was one of those skill expressive characters back in the day. And I think the new version is so much fun because of how much control you have over it. Like a really high skill Magic player can make the opponent's buffs as long as they have a duration really just not a problem. But at the same time, if you don't know what you're doing, you could actually go the opposite way, and then those buffs that, you know, somebody like, you know, Darkhawk has what, a 4-second regen, and you could accidentally just make that way longer because you're not playing the character properly, and it could be detrimental. But sometimes you could also make a buff that you don't want on the opponent doesn't want on them extend much longer as well. And there's just so much control and so much skill expression in the kit that it feels really, really good.
Yeah, I think she's going to be very powerful, and I'm very excited to see what she does. But yeah, Magic she's being reworked, you know, starting next month. But I think that what everyone wants to know, what people have been begging to know. How do I get her? Like, when can I start to acquire 7-star magic? We've been talking about it for so long. Can you just
Is it going to be double track?
Already? All right, fine. You want to know? You want to know how to get magic? Well, as we said, that Radiant Store update is going live March 11th, right? So the chase for 7-star magic officially begins in under 2 weeks. She's going to cost 20 limbo tokens, okay? For 7-star magic. And as we said, Radiance is going to be the premier way to acquire magic, okay? Via Radiance, there will be 10 tokens in the store per cycle. A lot of people have been saying that's going to cost 1 million Radiance. It's going to cost 2 million Radiance. I'll never get magic. Oh my God, oh my God. Radiance, it's going to cost 20,000 Radiance per piece. Now, of course, in the Radiance store, there is the cost curve, right?
Damn, that's 200,000.
So if you buy all 10 and then all 10, right, it's going to be a little bit more than, 20,000 per Radiance, of course. But that's not going to be the most optimal way to go about doing
That's
that.
200,000
There's
Radiance.
also a launch event featuring 3 free tokens. So let's talk a bit about that right there. So the Magic Rework is going live in March alongside the Goblin Ascension.
That's 400,000
The way this
Radiance.
essentially works is you're going to open Goblin's army crystals to get goblins, and you earn those goblins, which are essentially points, by opening the crystals. More crystals equals more goblins. Now, these crystals can drop a varied amount of goblins, so there is a bit of an RNG factor to it, and there are a bunch of powered crystals at the top of the track for some Ascension stuff, and you will be earning 6-star magic and Mystic rank up gems in the track. Once you get the 6-star version of magic, we have another little tiny mini Karina's challenge here as well. If you go into Act 6.4.6 and you take on the Grandmaster on the Angela path, right, and you defeat the Grandmaster with only 6-star magic, you will get 3 limbo tokens worth over 60,000 Radiance.
646
You need
Grandmaster.
money for this. No, you do not, I promise. Now, there will be some limbo tokens available for offers as well, but not many. Honestly, the best way to acquire magic is going to be through those limbo tokens for Radiance. Hit the wrong button there. Also, on top of that, once you acquire magic, another little surprise here is that there's also going to be limbo rank up gems in the Radiant store in March. So these rank up materials are going to work for all dimensional beings. So there'll be additional bundles to use on magic. So there's going to be one bundle at launch for 1 Awakening Gem and 199 Sig Stones for 8 Limbo tokens, and another bundle that will have rank 2, rank 3, and rank 4 rank up gem bundles for 12 Limbo tokens. So once you acquire that magic, there are still more magic materials that you can chase with some Radiance as well, which I think is pretty exciting. And listen, if you get magic and you want to awaken her,
I don't know if I like this.
And all this kind of stuff, you can still acquire these items.
I guess I gotta see it in action. I don't know if I like this though.
So they're not used just for magic, which I think is pretty darn exciting, man. So magic is finally coming to the game next month. The rebuild for her animations look incredible. I think she's going to be a really fun addition to the contest. I'm excited for her to be at a usable rarity once again. And for everyone who's been saving your Radiance and waiting for magic, the time is finally coming. That's going to start happening. But listen. It's not the only reason why I brought John onto the stream today, because listen, we got some more stuff to talk about with Ascension. Isn't that right, John, right?
More stuff to talk about with Ascension.
You can, have your hand working on this as well. And it's a huge feature.
Jesus.
We talked about acquisition. We talked about the economy of this, right? But what we haven't talked about today is the power level of these 7-star Ascended champions. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today and preview some of it as well. As we know, there's a new gameplay mechanic, right? But not even just on that, but just talk to me a bit about the design intention of 7-star Ascension as a whole.
Yeah, it's stuff we kind of talked about at Summoners Fest, but we really wanted to ensure that the game's got a long life ahead of it, and we know that kind of increasing the chase, or at least the length of chase with characters, is very, very important for that. But we also wanted to make sure that we respect the character's current roster. We don't want to have another roster reset like 6-star to 7-star. We know how painful that is for players, and so we want to still find a way to kind of have that long lifespan of the game and continue having players engage and chase more power. And so ultimately Ascension is what we landed on, where you still get to keep the same characters and a lot of the investment you've had in those characters since you started getting them and ranking them up. But there's now additional power you can chase them with Ascension. And as we see kind of up here, ISO burst and might, as we do with any kind of rarity update or adjacent to a rarity
Well, I was checking on my Twitch
we
drop.
had gameplay effects. So with the 5 stars, we did the SP3 minigame. With 6 stars, we added Adrenaline. With 7 stars, we added Stat Focus. And so with the 7-star Ascension, we'll be adding ISO burst and might. And so, yeah, we're pretty excited about how all this worked out. And I think that it's something that we've seen so far that players resonate with a lot more than if we had done a rarity update. And I think it's something that I'm excited for.
I mean, we heard a
I
couple
agree,
good things,
and,
though.
you know, speaking again candidly just from a player, it's like, you know, the hard reset. It
The
can be
prior,
exciting, right? Because all of a
Lady
sudden,
Fire,
I mean,
look
listen,
fire,
let's be
of
real,
course,
opening crystals
Pixie.
and getting new stuff. Is
Yeah.
probably one of the most fun parts of the game. Like
9.4,
that champion you're chasing.
knowing that we
it's such an
definitely getting
incredible
rank
feeling
5
to see them
from
pop out for the first
9.4,
time, you know?
and we get another
While
rank
that's
4 to
fun,
5.
at the same time,
So
it's
new
not always
Karina's
fun to just have that
challenges
hard
is
reset
coming.
and just like, all right,
There was a
I gotta
couple.
kind of start over here.
Yeah.
Where at this point, the goal is really just to not deprecate your roster at all. You want to build on it and enhance it while also keeping the rest of your current 7 stars extremely valuable for the foreseeable future here, right? Now, Might and ISO burst is one way we're adding more value to the Ascension here. And you know, one thing we haven't really talked about are the specifics of how it works. You know, we know it gives extra attack, and that's great. But let's break down the specifics here. So at launch, you know, the Might bar, it's going to be filling up on its own over about 50 seconds, give or take, right? Now, once it's activated, ISO burst is paused while attacking. So if you like launch that special 2, that long special 2, and it's like just about to expire, well, guess what? You still get your ISO burst, right? And then once it expires, it actually comes back quicker. So for content like Coliseum or longer quests, right? If you're in a long Alliance War fight, the first one's gonna take roughly a minute, give or take, right? A little bit less than that to come back, and then you're gonna get your payoff, and then it's gonna come back around much quicker, right? So it's going to be a lot. It's going to happen all the time. So talk to me about that a bit. It's very different because we've had a few different like ideas and iterations of ISO burst, where there was a time where there was a manual trigger, where it was only on specials, or all this kind of stuff. We ended on this for a few reasons, right? Let's talk about that.
So the manual versions were great because they gave players a lot of control over it, and it helps you ensure that your character is getting the damage boost at the right time. But ultimately what we found is that it was a lot of added complexity for players, and some players would really resonate with that and some players wouldn't. So ultimately we landed with doing the automatic
Yeah, because it's tough pressing on the.
This just means that
Playing with
effectively
fracture
it's always
power
guaranteed
bar
increased damage
characters,
for
bro.
an ascended 7 star.
Man.
And during ISO burst, it's a bigger increase of damage for a window.
It changes the positions of some, like the striker button.
For longer. And
It's
so
not in the same exact
honestly,
spot
it's
for
just been
champions that's got fracture
we really
power
felt like
bars.
we needed to give a gameplay mechanic, and we wanted to give something a little bit more interesting and fun, but not too complicated. It could have
So
been
if it was
many
manual
other
that they
things,
did this
but we also
ISO
designed it in a
burst,
way that it's quite open for
then they would have to
future
do
changes
a whole nother
like
button on the
before,
screen.
There's no reason we couldn't do something like
A whole nother button in a game where inputs is so unreliable. Don't sound like the best idea.
Decisions or anything on those lines. Ultimately, it's designed as a fairly generic mechanic that we can hook into later, and that includes might. We could have synergies or characters that gain might faster, so you gain
Nodes
ISO burst
as
more
well.
often. Nodes as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we have Dauntless and Battlegrounds that gives us our strikers quicker. We could look at doing something like that with the might bar as well. And so ultimately, we're pretty glad that it's simple, it's easy to interact with, and it's very, very open for us to go wherever we want with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing about it is that it also happens on defense. It fills up quicker on defense, right? But it's also paused from gaining any progress while you're attacking the opponent, right? And one thing to note there is that like this will give some of your ascended champions some more value on defense, but it's not going to make them, you know, game breakers. They're not going unstoppable. They're not going unblockable from might. It's an attack increase at the end of the day. So if you do get hit, hey, you know. Oh no, like you got hit with ISO burst,
yeah,
it
you
might
did.
hurt a little bit more. Don't get hit, right? That's
What you
ideally
trying to
what
say,
we
Karate
want.
Mike?
But that's essentially
We
what the
listening.
danger is. It's if you mess up, ISO burst might make that a little bit more punishing.
Yep, and as long as you're staying aggressive, you're also going to be like delaying the ISO burst on the defender as well, right? Like both sides of it.
That's what he
as a
just got done saying.
7-star, you just want to stay aggressive. You always want to be bashing against the opponent.
Yeah.
Hey, Twitch
Now,
be
you know,
tripping,
we do say
though.
This is a thing that happens automatically.
With the
At same time,
frames.
I do expect a lot of our skilled players to maximize this, right?
Yeah.
So
The
I
bit
actually got a
rates.
clip of some of that maximization of just kind of showing ISO burst. Can we play the Sandman clip, Finn? So if you look at this right here, we're launching this right before it activates. Watch this. Boom, special 2, and now ISO burst is activated.
Yeah, let's
right
stop
here,
having it do
and
the
now we're
auto
doing a little
thing.
heavy stuff,
Maybe that'll
and this
help.
is a big
Okay.
old man thing, and this is buffed Sandman, and oh my god, he's so good now. But oh my god, he's so good now. We'll talk about that a bit more in a bit. But yeah, that's essentially all there is to ISO burst. It's like it activates, you do some more damage, and you can optimize it if you would like to, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So now
What
I
is
also want to
theater
talk about
mode?
specific Ascension power level as well, right? So because here's the thing, I've seen some people be like, well, listen, if they're not ascended anymore, these champions, all unascendable champions are no longer good. That is so not the case at all, right? So the way that level 1 and 2 is working here is essentially combined. The first 2 levels of Ascension will each grant.
I don't know what is theater mode. I'm not on Twitch often, so
Now, however,
I don't know what that
when it
stuff
comes
means.
to challenge rating and prestige, Ascension level 1 and 2 are going to grant 15 challenge rating each. Now, that's pretty significant, okay? Now, challenge rating is one of the most important stats in Marvel Contest of Champions. However, John, I feel very confident saying about 90% of the people watching at home right now, and we have like almost 30,000 here, I'd say about 90% of the people don't even know what challenge rating does. And that's no fault of their own because it's very complicated and honestly a little confusing. So do you think you could kind of break down for us what challenge rating is, what it does, and its importance?
Yeah, so challenge rating is essentially a measure of, in the past, it was just your rank and rarity, but now also your ascension level. And it will influence things that use our standard formula. So things like crit rating, things like armor rating, block penetration, block proficiency, so on and so forth. An easy example of kind of how much it can have an effect is for folks that played Act 6 on launch, it was really brutal because you took so much chip through block. So everyone using Captain America Infinity War, Sunspot, all of that kind of stuff. And that was because the defenders were so much higher rating than the characters that the players were using, and their challenge rating is so much higher that it made the defender's block penetration higher, and it made the attacker's block proficiency lower. And so challenge rating has that ability to essentially increase or decrease any stat that's pretty much not attack and health. And so, as we kind of see here, the Ascended champions will have a higher challenge rating than the Unascended champions at rank 5. And so that means a character that relies a lot on their ratings, somebody like Lady Deathstrike with their Ruptures scaling off of armor rating, would actually probably gain more benefit from having a higher challenge rating than they would having higher attack and health.
Interesting. Yeah, so as we can see from the graph down here of M'Baku's stats, and you might be wondering, why did we choose M'Baku? Well, there's a great reason for that. As you can see, he just fits really well with the words on the slide, and that's the entire reason why we went with that. He's also ascendable, so it works. But essentially here, as you can see, right, we have this built up in a way where it's rank 4 unascended, rank 5 undescended, and then rank 4 Ascension 1 and Ascension 2. The reason why I built it that way is because, hey, obviously rank 5 Ascension 1 and 2 is going to be higher, right? But ultimately, when it comes to ascendable champions, right, there might be some champions in the pool who are like, hey, I don't really want to rank 5 this champion just because I have them ascended, right? Yeah. But as we can see here, you don't really need to if you don't want to, right? Like, I mean, like, you know, as the game progresses, the economy progresses, rank 4s will become more common, right? So I feel like taking a champion to rank 4 will be a lot easier, more realistic here, right? But he might not want to be like one of your first rank 5s or one of your few rank 5s, right? But if we look here, rank 4 ascended
It's the new
champions will
rank
kind of
3,
be
basically.
comparable to like rank 5 champions. Like, I'll tell you right now, I have 2 rank 5 champions on my account. Neither of them can be ascended at launch, right? And I feel very confident in that because 7-star champions with each rank is still going to have a relatively, you know, power level compared to max ascension champions at rank 4, right? So we kind of built this out in a way where all 7 stars will still have value for the foreseeable future.
Absolutely. And it's really going to be something like you want to chase a few champions with that vertical power and you just like double down on them, or do you want to have a wide roster, which is something that's very regularly rewarded now.
Yeah.
And so both are viable options for you to chase, both have their different benefits, and so lots of stuff for the players to decide what to do with their rosters.
Yeah, and there's really no right answer here. ultimately, right? Like I know some people have been ranking specifically Ascendable champions, and that's 100% valid, and they're going to be very powerful, you know? But yeah, so that's essentially what the power axis of Ascension level 1 and 2 is going to look like at launch, and of course, this is going to progress as time moves on when we have 3 and 4, and then 5 to 6, but that is very far in the future that we do not have to worry about that right now at all. Right now, level 1 and 2 is going to be launching, and as we can see here, Undescended champions still hold up very, very well alongside them. But dude, talking about champions that hold up very well alongside them, some of these champions, some of the launch pool champions, well, you know, they weren't holding up too well.
Yeah.
So we're actually buffing about 30% of the champions in the pool, right? So let's talk about some of those champions and what that means for the game and the meta and as a whole.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of defenders in the pool, and as players know, that's always something that we chase early on in the meta because it's going to create more space for other attackers.
He's gonna be usable as an attacker
Since
now.
these are going to be the only characters you can ascend, we also want to make sure that those defenders actually start to feel a little bit more like a two-way. So Korg, for example, here has been like pretty much an entire update just for his attacker loop, and he actually has a very strong damage loop, especially for longer form content stuff like Coliseum we have here. He actually has really, really high consistent damage as long as you can stay on top of how to play his loop. And we kind of see that with a lot of them where it's quality of life.
Yeah, reading the bullets here.
And,
it look like he's gonna be decent on attack as long as he can bleed him.
An update to something that will give him a little bit more legs on defense if they've already got some strong attacker loops.
And Korg is also really, really fun. I'm so excited for that one. We also have Jabari Panther as well. Now, by the way, really quick, I do want to point out that these buffs aren't just for Ascension champions, right? Like your 6-star Jabari and Korg will now be buffed. Your 5-star will be buffed as well. So if you have any of these champions, there are 10 buffs coming to the contest next month, right? Next week, really. I love champion buffs, right? I'm actually really excited about this. Let's talk about Jabari a little bit here.
Yeah, Jabari is kind of nuts now. I saw some discussion online that were like, oh, they're nerfing Jabari, oh, her precisions are slightly lower, and it's like, yeah, they are, but her overall damage is absolutely bonkers insane now. I'd be very interested
I need to see that.
The same opinion on
That's my word. That's my word. Bonkers is my word.
She's one of the ones that we're probably most scared of releasing.
I knew I should have.
Insane a high skill character get her damage to.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I knew I should have fucking copyrighted that, John.
Vision Marcus, who, you know, we had KABAM Neuro. That's the third time we mentioned Neuro, by the way. Again, hi, bud. I really hope you're watching. We had him on the stream, talked about a lot of these buffs last time, and he said this is the one that he's really most excited for. I was playing around with all of these, you know, recently, but I was playing around with Arcus a bit last night, and it's pretty fun, you know. So what do you think about this, especially with like this era of like, you know, Coliseum being, you know, pretty relevant?
Yeah, I think Arcus already had like a really strong kit. He already had a lot of things going for him, but especially as an attacker, all of these things felt like they were just a little bit of just a shy, you know, number and duration away from being like fully usable as an attacker.
So go to the
that's
special
kind of
3 first.
Mostly with this is a lot of things that just make him feel a lot more consistent and have a higher uptime on his different damage chases as an attacker, and overall just make him feel much better.
Then spam special ones.
Also, we talked about Lady Death Strike last stream. You know, we did talk about some of these last stream already, right? But one thing that I enjoy here is that we opened up the Rupture potency scaling a bit, right? So it's not just strictly armor anymore. It's also going to be through attack as well. One thing that's funny, we have the squad builder at right now. And some people are like, dude, 2-star Lady Death Strike is ridiculous, right? And that goes really heavy into like the challenge rating that you were talking about, right? So now, I mean, like, listen, Lady Death Strike is probably going to benefit a lot from Ascension because, like, of the challenge rating. But also, there's going to be a bigger benefit to actually ranking her up as well now, too, right? So I'm pretty excited for this one. I've always really liked this champion, but she's always felt like it was a little...
Just, like, man, that curl on Teddy head just never quite...
And she definitely needs more on the armor than the attack rating.
Straight up.
Now, at least doesn't...
just never quite. Lady Death Strike just never... I mean, she did good. Lady Death Strike did good against, I think, one of the Act 9 bosses or Act 8 bosses, one of the two.
This one is a great example of like one little tiny change can make a difference, right? So now his armor up buff is protected from nullify and stagger from champions because it's an austere buff. Same kind of buff that J. Jonah Jameson has, by the way, right? Also, but this is actually huge. The first hit if it's heavy cannot trigger critical shocks. So for years, this is just like, based on RNG, nuked his damage on his special too, right? So now it's going to be more consistent. We've also increased his shock potency and duration, and also his cowardice as well, right? So this one feels really nice. He's already fantastic. He's already a fantastic champion, but he's getting just that little boost, just a little quality of life change as well.
No, I think he's going to feel great. I think it's funny how like first hit of heavy cannot trigger critical shock almost sounds like a bad thing, but if you actually like know what you're doing with this character and
It is
can
such
really
a good
play it
thing.
to, it's he feels so much better.
It is such a good thing. And this one, you said yesterday we were talking about, you're saying this one's probably your favorite.
Yeah, Sam Wilson feels so good now.
Sam Wilson.
The reduction of stat limit for his sap charges
AP
means
waves,
you can
boy.
power drain more often. And then you're talking about challenge rating before. Critical rating is one of those stats, and he relies very heavily on critical rating to apply those ruptures and get more sap charges. His SP1 physical Vaughn is way more powerful and way longer.
It's more than double duration.
It's double duration and potency. And his loop just feels really, really strong. He actually feels incredible for closing out Battlegrounds fights now. That SP2 into SP1, your lock-on is more than enough time to, if you want to, try and get 2 SP1s into an SP2, and his damage is just bananas while still having a ton of tank stacks with all that armor, again, also increased by the increased challenge rating, and then having a ton of control with the power drain.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one as well. I've always really loved this champion's kit, but his damage, right, and like, usability wasn't always up to par, but I feel like this is going to be a really nice boost for him as well. He also got some more stuff too. He got a lot of updates here, but I was running out of lines to write on it, right? But yeah, I'm excited for that one. Man Thing as well.
Now he start the fight with the armor up buff.
A little bit more control over his nullify, right? So like no accidental nullifies against like Dark Phoenix, for example. We moved his sig ability, Fury to Agitation, increased the potency a little bit, right? Also just made his regen a little bit more cohesive as well too. Just some nice quality of life updates to a defender leaning champion who can also be pretty nice on attack as well.
No, he feels so much more consistent. Your damage feels like it's you kind of always know what you're getting now with him, and it is overall much higher than it was before. And
nice.
Old Man Thing felt like there was a little bit of a grab bag of sometimes he does a lot, sometimes he doesn't do much. And now as an attacker, he feels much more consistent.
Absolutely. This one, I mean, I showed you guys a clip of that Sandman clip. He is, if you use him properly now, right? If you use the special 2 to go into unstable, knock him down with that, and then, get the heavy attack off, his damage is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Because essentially, what's happening here is you're going to be getting an extra heavy attack, right? That's where a lot of his damage comes from. All of those damage bursts on the heavy. If you get an extra one, and they're progressing as it goes along, that's like an extra 140k sometimes against Mystics per cycle. That is a ridiculous damage per cycle.
It's like half of a Battlegrounds health pool.
Yes, right? So that can close out like some Sasquatch, some Man Thing as we saw. Like, oh my goodness gracious, man. This guy is absolutely ridiculous.
So strong now.
Yeah, very excited for that one. We showed Emma Frost last week actually, a little bit against Bullseye, but she also just feels like kind of like Sam Wilson in a way, where he kind of like went through her kit. She kind of touched up like everything she needed touched up, you know what I mean? She feels really nice. She feels like the champion that was released much later than she was now. A bit more relevant for today's meta as well, which I'm very excited for Emma Frost. I've always loved the champion. But again, it's like I think she's going to be a lot more useful in today's meta.
Yeah, and again, the challenge rating being really big here with her as well. The crit rating for prowess is
up to 10.
Even more. All of those huge tank stats she gets when she's in diamond form, she's just going to be even tankier now, to the point where maybe she even starts becoming a stall defender if you don't bring an
Max
Breaker.
powers for telepath form is 15 now.
One, you were telling me yesterday you're very excited about Storm Pyramid X.
Yeah, Storm Pyramid
This
X
my
is
girl
so
right here.
good now. She's actually just like a complete damage hose. She now gains her second or whatever her non-activated Tempest is from using a heavy attack. Duration scales with how long you charge it. And that means that you're gaining way more prowess all the time. Gaining 2 prowess per bar of power instead of 1. That means that you're probably doing, 40 to 60% more damage from a special than you would have with the old version of the kit. And she just like absolutely blasts Battlegrounds health pools. If you get lucky and get a bunch of crits, you could probably finish a health pool with just a special 2.
So you say just go to special 2, right?
Wait, damn,
yeah, 100%.
I was still reading
Play that clip of Storm Pyramid X. So after we talked about it, I actually went last night against Black Panther Civil War here. Just going right to special 2, like you said, nothing else, right? And I just wanted to see what would happen if I just used her her how we know how to use her here, right? And, you know, bait out some special ones, rushing up. Boom, right here. Charge that heavy attack, go for the special 2. Oh my god.
So
Yeah.
you actually didn't even play her properly there either.
Incredible.
So if you had charged your heavy off the get-go, you would have another Tempest, and all of you would have gained 2 prowess per bar of power instead of 1.
So that would have been like almost double?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous, man. Yeah, I was trying to go as fast as possible, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. So that damage can get even higher. So that's really fun. I really love that, you know. So a lot of these tune-ups, they don't look big on paper. Like honestly, if you gave
Oh, so at the was that the updated Storm? So now at the beginning of the fight, you charge heavy?
On defense maybe, right? But you saw that clip. Like little quality of life changes can really update a champion to something really meaningful, which I think is fantastic. And so we have a
Yeah, he got called out though, Mike. I don't know how much he liked that.
On the Ascension base pool, a lot of value.
He's like, I was just trying to get it done as quick as possible. No, you played it wrong.
A lot differently once the playoffs are live, in all honesty. So can we get the slide up, Finn? Yeah, let's talk to me a little bit about like the meta moving forward, what the future holds, all that stuff.
Yeah, so we're really excited for Ascension because it gives new characters the chance to kind of hop into the spotlight. We saw that when we had the 6 to 7 star rollover, where a champion like Gamora, we didn't update her at all. We're updating a ton of characters because we want to make sure that they feel good. But for 6 to 7 star, Gamora was suddenly a very, very powerful and desirable 7 star for people, and that's because suddenly you're kind of like only looking at her, you're not comparing her to a bunch of other characters, you're comparing her to Hercules, all of these kind of things.
He done.
And so that really lets us kind of change what maybe the important RPG things that people are looking at.
You got the Denzel Washington dude. You gonna keep playing basketball in Pelican Bay.
So somebody like Mr. Negative also in the Ascension pool is going to shine really strong because he can deal with a lot of degen. And it really just gives the opportunity for these characters that
they just giving us
the edge of that
a rundown on where they heads is at in the game.
But also still bringing.
We ain't missing nothing from me talking.
Years ago, stuff like Korg, where you know, if you know how to deal with him, he's not a big deal. But now that he's got extra stats all over the place, he's going to be something you have to plan around.
Like Sasquatch, for example, right? Like Sasquatch during the 7-star launch, he was like the guy on defense because he was just huge, right? Over time, that became less of a factor for him because some new RPG mechanics came in, all this kind of stuff. Now that he's going to be even huger again, that might bring him back into the spotlight a little bit, right? So we might see a bit of like a refresh on like the defender meta as well, right? With
exactly. I think overall it's going to be really good, and it'll give players the opportunity to use characters that they wouldn't regularly. So
yeah, I think that's really great. So we have again, this has been an absolutely massive stream. By the way, we have a few more things here, but before we get into those final things, we also do have some giveaway winners. Are we ready for that? By the way, is that a thumbs up? That was just a thumbs down. So. We're refreshing, so we don't have it yet, but we're working on it, right? So,
okay, I got my net, my 20,000.
That's all right.
7-star shards.
But anyway, you know, I am excited to see like what happens with the meta, right? Especially when it comes
to
the
3-hour one is the only one I'm missing. The Twitch drop so far.
And I love when it's like, you know, defense starts to look so similar all the time, right? And I know that that's a frustration point for a lot of our players as well. So hopefully that can not change it entirely. But also just add some more things to the mix so it's not the same kind of stuff that we see all the time.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, you know,
I didn't even enter that giveaway, bro.
Meta champions like Dark Phoenix and Serpent, like they're still going to be around, but suddenly they're going to get statted out pretty quickly, and or at least have competition with it.
Right. So
the thumbs up.
We're getting the thumbs up. Oh, fantastic! All right, so we do have some giveaway winners. Can we get the slide deck up right here? Now, keep an eye on your Twitch messages, of course, right? Because we're going to be reaching out to you for if you want a Titan Crystal or your choice between Pixie and Madeline Pryor. By the way, I updated this slide. I was looking at the slide yesterday, and I was like disgusted with like how it looked compared to everything else. And I was like, how have I never made this look better? Anyway, point is, Titan Crystal, 5 winners for the Titan Crystal. Congratulations to Joe Jazzcat, love that name. Tim Alert. We got an alert for Tim. We also have
That's never anybody I've ever heard of. Ever.
And we have
I've never heard of any of those people.
Mamba and Unpredictable.
Hey, C-Pump about to be pulling up. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you would. I wonder if he uses Beta Ray Bill. Anyway, congratulations, you have won a Titan Crystal. The rollover is happening very soon. You might want to save it.
Oh, let me not sound like a hater. Congrats to the winner. If y'all some real winners, man, congrats. I've never seen any of these people, ever.
Isami 110. We have Rhapsody We also have El Vela 491. And we have an Anonymous Coward. Okay, and we also have Sayash 26, right? Congratulations to our 10 winners here. Keep an eye out and all that fun stuff. But John, also, thank you so much for joining us, for talking about Ascension and all the buffs and everything else. There is one more thing, though, here that, you know, you do want to say. You have an announcement to make as well to the players, so take the stage, my friend.
Yeah, this will be my last live stream because today's my last day at KABAM. I've been here for better part of 9 years, and it's been a really good time, and I'm so glad that I got to work on so many things, and especially stuff like Battle Run Ball and Summoners Fest, and those are things that I never would have dreamed I was able to work on, and it's been such a fantastic time with such a huge community, and it's been such a pleasure, but yeah, this will be my last time.
You know, it's... you know, John said he's been here for 9 years. Actually, can we just really quickly get the slide deck up, though, because I put something in for him. There's a big fan of Dr. Octopus, John is. But, you know, ultimately, John, you've been here for 9 years. We've been working together in some fashion for many, many years now.
Yeah.
It has been such an unbelievable pleasure. One very important thing that I want to make the community know here that John has done so much here, but things are going to continue on 100% fine without John, as if he never left. And a very important caveat for that is that if it was not for all of John's efforts over the past 9 years, that would not be true.
Thanks.
Over years, you have left such an imprint on Marvel Contest of Champions. So much of this game has your blueprints all over it. You have done so much for this game. You are an absolute pillar in the battle realm, and you always will be, in my eyes, on Mount Rushmore for Marvel Contest of Champions, man.
Thanks.
You've built an incredible team over the years who are going to step into your shoes, do a phenomenal job, and I have all the confidence in the world of the entire team going forward, and so much of that is truly because of your efforts. And I want every single person at home to know that everybody in the Marvel Contest of Champions community, we love John, right? So, of course, we're not going to have John on here. I'm not going to give a little emotional speech to a buddy of mine without giving a little promo code. You brought a promo code with you of a champion that you spent a lot of time buffing, right? Now, listen, Sentry, right? He's been really making waves in Coliseum and everything else, the AQ Rampant Evolution event. And that longer form content, he's really good now. And now you can get a first appearance, 7-star Sentry. Go to the Summoners Market, put in your promo code, We Love John. For certain progression levels, it is 6-star. Some are just 5-star. We can't give a 7-star to everybody, unfortunately, right?
I think he's a 7-star first appearance as
it's
well,
a
right?
first appearance, a 7-star, so you get that shiny
Better
Sentry.
believe I'm claiming it immediately
you
after
better,
this.
Dude. You better, which is super fun, right? But yeah, John, we love you so much, man, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Your legacy is going to live on with all these champions forever, and whenever someone looks at that first appearance Sentry, they're going to think of you, man. So very happy to have that in the game for you, and thank you again, man, for joining us to talk about Ascension, all those champion buffs, and one more time, thank you for everything you've done for us, all right?
Thanks, it means a lot. Thanks so
Absolutely.
much. And thanks to all the players out there, too. It's
100%.
been fantastic.
Yeah, you've been, on top of being, you know, a great collaborator and dev, you've also been a great community member, too. And I think that everybody feels the same way. So, all that emotional stuff aside, right? We also have a little picture here for everything coming to the contest in March. Our new champions, our EQ, which by the way ends on April 8th. We'll fix that before we post that on social. International Women's Day, and also the 7-star Ascension launch, which is just absolutely exciting stuff. It's going to be a really, really great month in the contest, and we're very, very excited for the future. And we're also very, very excited and proud of John as well. We're not going to, you know, say everything that's going on, of course. But it's all good things, right? That's an important thing I left out. All good things. But yeah, again, thank you, John. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This was
very
too long of
yeah.
stream. I could not have made this shorter if I tried. I really did try. If we did the gameplay of the champions, it would have been 2.5 hours. But thank you for watching. You know, again, new Twitch drops starting next week, but there are some great Twitch drops going on right now. There's a few, like 30 to 45 more minutes in the track. Go watch other people on Twitch. Keep the party rolling. We'll start rolling that out in maybe just a little bit. We have to like click the button and get it going. But thank you for watching. It's been a really fun stream. We're so excited for the next month, and we will see you in the battle realm. Intro, right? So we'll keep it simple here. I'm your host, KABAMosaurus Rex, aka Karate Mike, and we're here to. Do I say that in the intro? Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Okay. Right. Absolutely packed and magical show for you, locked and loaded, and nope, that's not good. That's not good. That's just bad. We should use this stuff for bloopers because that's great. No, dude, I'm like off my game today. All right, give me like 1 second to think on this. Give me like 1 second. Great. Did the duck like pop up? He did. Oh, it's great. He like just popped out. I love it. Fantastic.
Okay, C-Pop is here. Hey, Johnny boy, was there a promo code? Was there a promo code? I'm gonna have to get the final 27%. 27% from somewhere. 28% from somewhere. I don't know where yet though. Let me hop on here and see if this promo code hitting for. I like promo codes. I gotta log in first though. Okay, we logged in. Free 7-star Sentry. Oh yeah, let me get that. We love John. Oh yeah. Going to collect my couple of Twitch drops. And then I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here so I can let this all reset itself so I can come back with stream number 2 of the day. We still doing Uncharted. Brand new. First time ever playing Uncharted. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the Uncharted stream in a couple hours. Probably like 5 or 6 o'clock p.m. Those Twitch drops. We only missing 1. Did you get them all, Jody? Oh, it's a first appearance. It's a first appearance century. Get out here. Yeah. Okay, bet. You work tonight, Jody? No, also said he took off because he dealing with the finger. He cut his finger at work. Battlegrounds been ugly. We have 58 points, man. These 58 points been tough. We did fall though. 58 points was Mysterium, and now it's Quantum 1. So we're gonna have to get into Battlegrounds eventually. We'll be back live streaming Battlegrounds tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Unless we decide to do Uncharted again tomorrow. I'm not sure. But Battleground stream will be coming for sure. We gotta get some more matches in for this meta. We Quantum Warriors at the moment. I'm saving those 7-star shards and stuff, so I ain't got no openings. We up to almost 120k 7-star Titans though. And then almost 140k 7-star. But we once again we saving them up because Yelena is coming to the basic in how many days? Like 11 days, 12 days? Yeah, like 11 days. Yelena moved from the Titan to the basic. So I'm saving up all my basics and all my Titans. We're gonna have a little bit of a opening once the pool changes. So that's what I'm saving them all up for. Because I can open these. Nada. Anything else? We saving that Titan. Yeah, that was it. I think log in. What's this? There ain't no 7-stars in here though. That's all I got. That's all I got. Okay, you off today? Bet. Well, shoot. I'm probably grab me a couple beers or something. I'm probably grab me a couple beers or something for tonight's live stream, and then I don't know what we having for dinner. It'll probably be pizza though. I know what C-Pop, what you having for dinner? Okay, Chandler said he having McDonald's for dinner. Sometimes he throw us off. He'll say like Chick-fil-A or Burger King or Wendy's. Sometimes he asks for dinner from what is it called? Sheets? Okay, yeah. Sometimes he'll come in here talking about he wants some dinner from Sheets. Like, bruh. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for me though, chat. I'll be back live streaming tonight, this evening, at around 5 or 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So have your notification bell set to all, or just look for me at around 5 or 6. I'll be up with brand new. Hold on, let me give y'all just a quick little. If you ain't seen it already, where that Joan at? Quick little Quick little That's the thumbnail for tonight. That's the thumbnail for tonight right there. The Uncharted thumbnail. We out here tonight, man. We out here tonight, man. We out here tonight. Hold on. Control Z. All right, Control Z. Control Z. Let's put that back. Let's put that back to get us out of here. So, man, hopefully catch y'all on that Uncharted live stream tonight in a couple of hours. If not, I'll catch you on the next live stream you can make it to. Regardless, I hope that y'all take care of yourselves and each other. I am looking forward to a couple of things in the MCOC, John, but we'll talk about that in the days to come. We got a little bit of time before that stuff actually released. And as always, I hope that you, your family, your friends, everybody, everybody y'all got in y'all inner circle, man. I hope y'all all stay blessed. And come on, say it with me, Black Panther, Iron Man, and Deadpool.